I'm telling you something. There is a wind coming.
Wow.
I'm telling you something. There is a wind coming.
Wow.
And it's not 2019. It will begin after 2020 going.
After 2020, there's a wind coming.
There's a wind coming. The Arab uprising is coming.
Here.
It's coming. It's coming.
By the youth.
It's coming not just to Ghana, West Africa, all over. If we don't do something, if we don't give them hope, that's why I'm going back to the schools.
Speak to them.
And I'm engaging the youth again. Because if we don't give them hope and a sense of direction, the most dangerous thing in life is to fight somebody who has nothing to lose. They don't have wives, they don't have children, they don't have cars, they don't have lands, they have no hope, nothing to live for, they don't mind dying.
So our politics is treading on dangerous grounds.
It is. Africa. Because I see it everywhere. And it's very scary and very worrying. That
Will the wind start from Ghana?
I don't know, but it's coming to West Africa.
After 2020?
Yeah, after 2020 going, 2021, 2022, 3, 4 going, if something don't change to give the youth hope, I'm telling you, and I'm speaking.
Do you think this 25-year plan will work?
It will work if only our leaders, especially former presidents and the leaders of today, will come together and say, hey, let's take hold of our country. Let's do something, because this party politics, as much as it's democracy and it works, we have to do it in the context of what works with our tradition. You know, and if we don't look at it carefully, it will create an atmosphere that the countries of Africa will become very difficult to govern. I'm telling you something. There is a wind coming.
Wow.
And it's not 2019. It will begin after 2020 going.
After 2020, there's a wind coming.
There's a wind coming. The Arab uprising is coming.
Here.
It's coming. It's coming.
By the youth.
It's coming not just to Ghana, West Africa, all over. If we don't do something, if we don't give them hope, that's why I'm going back to the schools.
To speak to them.
And I'm engaging the youth again. Because if we don't give them hope and a sense of direction, the most dangerous thing in life is to fight somebody who has nothing to lose. They don't have wives, they don't have children, they don't have cars, they don't have lands, they have no hope, nothing to live for. They don't mind dying.
So our politics is treading on dangerous grounds.
It is Africa, because I see it everywhere, and it's very scary and very worrying. That
will the wind start from Ghana?
I don't know, but it's coming. It's coming to West Africa
after 2020.
Yeah, after 2020 going, 2021, 2022, 3, 4 going. If something don't change to give the youth hope, I'm telling you, and I'm speaking.
You think this 25-year plan will work?
It will work if only our leaders, especially former presidents and the leaders of today, will come together and say, hey, let's take hold of our country. Let's do something, because this party politics, as much as it's democracy and it works, we have to do it in the context of what works with our tradition. You know, and if we don't look at it carefully, it will create an atmosphere that the countries of Africa will become very difficult to govern.
Yes, Seyi Tinubu. Ẹni bá ní contact Seyi Tinubu, ẹ bá Seyi Tinubu sọ̀rọ̀. Kó pe daddy ẹ̀ wọ́kọ̀rọ̀. Kó sọ fún daddy ẹ̀ wípé ibi ìgbésẹ̀ tí daddy ẹ̀ ń gbé. Eléyìí yàtọ̀ sí ọ̀rọ̀ subsidy o. Eléyìí yàtọ̀ sí wípé INEC wọn ò deliver o. Eléyìí yàtọ̀ sí wípé ẹ lọ jí ìbò wọn gbé ní Ward 2 ní Polling Unit 4 o. Ó yàtọ̀ o. Ó dà ké bí wọ́n ṣe gé Àṣàkẹ́ ní etí lọ, wọ́n ti gé etí Tinubu lọ o. Tinubu báyìí ó ti kó ogun wá sí ó ń fà wá lọ sínú problem báyìí. Jẹ́jẹ́ ara wa la wà. Tá a ra epo wa ní 800 naira per litre. Àti ìra epo 800 naira per litre tán. Tinubu tún ọmọ olódò òde ó tún ti ń gbé wa lọ síbi tá a mọ̀. Now gbogbo yín pátá ti mọ kúùpù tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Niger. Now president Niger òun kó gbogbo natural resources wọn ní Niger, òun kó fáwọn tó wà ní France, òun kó fáwọn òyìnbó, òun kó fún ìjọba France. Àwọn jẹmùlá natural resources tó wà ní Niger. Àwọn ọmọ Niger dẹ̀ ń jìyà, wọn ò rí kankan jẹ, ìyà ti pọ̀ jù lù. So àwọn ọmọ ológun wọ́n wá overthrow ìjọba yẹn, wọ́n overthrow ìjọba. Wọ́n ní wípé afẹ́jọ ẹ kúrò ń bẹ̀. Now wá àkáǹtì fún wa, wá ìtí ìyà fi ń jẹ àwọn ọmọ wa. Now nítorí wípé àwọn òyìnbó ló ń jẹ gbogbo ọlá àti ìgbádùn Niger ní West Africa. Àwọn òyìnbó báyìí wọ́n ti wá sọ fún Tinubu, mídà pé Tinubu jẹ́ olùdarí ECOWAS. Tinubu náà wá jáde olóò fún àwọn ọmọ ológun Niger ní 7 days láti dá ìjọba tí wọ́n jọ kúrò yẹn láti dá padà. Tí wọ́n bá ti gé etí Tinubu lọ, ẹ stitch ẹ̀ padà báyìí sí. Ibi tí Tinubu ń gbé wa lọ, ó kọjá ìjà Polling Unit o. Àwọn ọmọ ológun tẹ́ rí lórí kìíní Mali, Burkina Faso àti Guinea. Russia ló wà lẹ́yìn wọn o. Yes, Russia ló wà ní ẹ̀yìn àwọn ọmọ ológun yìí. So gbogbo blessing, gbogbo I'm a good leader, ECOWAS president, tí Tinubu ìyálẹ̀ àṣẹ, tí Tinubu fẹ́ máa flex yẹn, ìyà ló máa kó jẹ wá o. I'm telling you. Because àwọn America, àwọn England, àwọn òyìnbó tó wà ní ẹ̀yìn Tinubu, wọn ò lè halẹ̀ mọ́ ọ̀gágun tó wà ní Russia o. Wọn ò lè halẹ̀ mọ́ o. So wọ́n wá rán Tinubu sí Niger. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe rán Tinubu sí Niger, ọ̀gá lókè tó jẹ́ Russia ló bá retaliate o. Tó bá yá ń sìn, ẹ máa gbọ́ wípé wọ́n yin mísàì kan, ó lọ balẹ̀ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹgbọ́n nínú news wípé wọ́n ṣe mistake ní ibòmíì ló fẹ́ jẹ́ ibòmíì ni wọ́n yin mísà yẹn lọ. So Ṣèyí Tinubu kìlọ̀ fún ọmọ olódòdẹ, kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wá pẹ̀lú ìjà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Niger, ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ jẹ́. Tí àwọn òyìnbó glory àti blessing tí ọmọ olódòdẹ aṣíwájú fẹ́ gbà látọ̀dọ̀ òyìnbó, ó máa finish gbogbo wa ní country wa ní o. We don't call for war, kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wá, ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣèjọba títí wọn, kò sí nǹkan tó kàn Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Niger Republic. Tinubu fi wá lẹ̀, ó ti sọ pé kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe sí subsidy, díẹ̀ máa bá subsidy fà á, ibi tó ń lọ yìí ju subsidy lọ. Ẹ̀yin Nàìjíríà dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ́, ẹ máa mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ẹ máa keep up pẹ̀lú news o. Bóyá kẹ bá fẹ́ lọ withdraw owó báyìí, ẹ make sure pé ẹ ní cash sí àpò yín in case of any incasity, kò sí ó ń bọ̀ o, lẹ̀já sì máa dùn o. Onídìí bá ṣe yìí.
Excuse Mr. African, what is the meaning of the word Nigeria? Is it an African name? Is Nigeria an African name? It means Niger. Niger means Niger. In French, Niger is a Latin word. In French, it is called Niger. It means black. That's the meaning of it. Even yesterday, one of your musicians, Niger Raw, changed his name to Mr. Raw. Why? Because in America, he went to Apple and said to Apple, I cannot sell my music. He's a Nigerian artist. A zoo artist, I should say. He said to them, why are you not selling my music? They said, you cannot answer this name here. He said, but this thing means Niger. Niger means Niger. Niger Raw. That's what I answer. They said, no. Here is an offensive word. Remove it. He changed only yesterday to Mr. Raw. Changed his name. Is the name Nigeria African? The answer is no. What is driving me mad is this. Who created Nigeria? Was Nigeria created by Africans? The answer is no. So what is, if the basis of your argument is that Britain, Europe, the white man is the problem, and you're trying to fight defending what the white man created, that means you're very foolish. You don't know your own argument then. You started very well and I supported you that imperialism is the problem, Britain is the problem. I agree. Then how come you are supporting something that Britain created not to serve your interest as a black person, but to serve their own imperialistic view of life?
There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way. There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way. There's a new...
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Much indeed. Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti gbọ́.
Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti gbọ́. Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti gbọ́. Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti gbọ́. Ó tún yá ṣe bàbá, ṣe Buhari, ṣe bàbá, ṣe Buhari, ṣe bàbá, ṣe Buhari.
Ọlọ́run ni mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yẹn o. Gbogbo nǹkan tọ́nà fún bàbá mi láyé kò fún bàbá mi ò tí ì yọ̀ǹda mẹ́sàn-án fún mi ń bẹ̀ ó kọ̀ mí ju ti bàbá mi lọ. Gbogbo àti bọ́lá bọ́lá ti mọ bàbá mi ojúmọ̀ òní mọ́kàn mọ́ dàkọ̀ mi nbẹ̀ kan àyídà kẹ́ sọ́n dáadáa tàbí kẹ́ sọ́n burúkú ẹ̀ sàásọ̀ kan omi lọ́lọ́run fún bí n bá sì kú ẹ̀ lè gbà sí mi sí. Ọlọ́run ni mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yẹn o. Gbogbo nǹkan tọ́nà fún bàbá mi láyé kò fún bàbá mi ò tí ì yọ̀ǹda mẹ́sàn-án fún mi ń bẹ̀ ó kọ̀ mí ju ti bàbá mi lọ. Gbogbo àti bọ́lá bọ́lá ti mọ bàbá mi ojúmọ̀ òní mọ́kàn mọ́ dàkọ̀ mi nbẹ̀ kan àyídà kẹ́ sọ́n dáadáa tàbí kẹ́ sọ́n burúkú ẹ̀ sàásọ̀ kan omi lọ́lọ́run fún bí n bá sì kú ẹ lè gbà sí mi sí. Ọlọ́run ni mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yẹn o. Gbogbo nǹkan tọ́nà fún bàbá mi láyé kò fún bàbá mi ò tí ì yọ̀ǹda mẹ́sàn-án fún mi ń bẹ̀ ó kọ̀ mí ju ti bàbá mi lọ. Gbogbo àti bọ́lá bọ́lá ti mọ bàbá mi ojúmọ̀ òní mọ́kàn mọ́ dàkọ̀ mi nbẹ̀ kan àyídà kẹ́ sọ́n dáadáa tàbí kẹ́ sọ́n burúkú ẹ̀ sàásọ̀ kan omi lọ́lọ́run fún bí n bá sì kú ẹ lè gbà sí mi sí. Ọlọ́run ni mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yẹn o. Gbogbo nǹkan tọ́nà fún bàbá mi láyé kò fún bàbá mi ò tí ì yọ̀ǹda mẹ́sàn-án fún mi ń bẹ̀ ó kọ̀ mí ju ti bàbá mi lọ. Gbogbo àti bọ́lá bọ́lá ti mọ bàbá mi ojúmọ̀ òní mọ́kàn mọ́ dàkọ̀ mi nbẹ̀ kan àyídà kẹ́ sọ́n dáadáa tàbí kẹ́ sọ́n burúkú ẹ̀ sàásọ̀ kan omi lọ́lọ́run fún bí n bá sì kú ẹ lè gbà sí mi sí. Ọlọ́run ni mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
You there, second desk, blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you. Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
Social order?
To protect a person's personal rights.
So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest? Why didn't any of you try and stop me? Why didn't you want to prevent this injustice? You see, what you have just learnt, you wouldn't have understood in 1,000 hours of lectures unless you lived it. You didn't say anything because you weren't affected yourself. And this attitude speaks against you and against life. You think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business. Well, I'm here to say, if you don't help bring about justice, then one day you too may experience injustice, and there will be nobody there to stand before you. Truth and justice lives through us all, and we must fight for it. Because in life and work, I mean, we often live next to each other, but not with each other. We console ourselves that the problems of others are nothing to do with us, none of our business. And we go home glad at night that we're spared, but it's about standing up for each other. Every day an injustice happens in business, sport, or on the tram. Relying on someone else to take care of it is not good enough. It is our duty to be there for others, to speak up for others when they cannot. I am here to teach you the power of your voice. I want you to learn critical thinking to empower you to stand up for what is right, even if it means going against what everyone else is doing. Let's begin.
Again. No going back. Ìgbòho òòṣà iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló kí yín o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló kí yín o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délẹ̀ lérí o lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
You there, second desk, blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you.
And that is what makes Igboho different. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ káàkiri ibi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ mi tí ẹ ti ń wò mí. Orúkọ mi náà ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí KOKIMEDIA. Èní ni number 5 of August 2023. In tí ẹ gbọ́ nísìnyí, òun ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Nígbà tí à ń wo àwòrán yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ kí a máa mú ẹ̀mí wa lọ sí bàbá wa olóyè Dr. Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí Sunday Ìgbòho Òòṣà. Gbogbo wa náà ni a mọ ẹni tó ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ láì tí ì sọ pé báyìí ni àbí báyìí kọ́. Ìbéèrè tí mo wá ń bì wọ òun ni pé ǹjẹ́ wọ́n máa dìde? Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n máa dìde nígbà tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́? Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n máa pariwo síta wọ́n á fi gbogbo tó ní sílẹ̀ bíi olóyè Dr. Sunday Igboho bó ṣe fi gbogbo nǹkan sílẹ̀? Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n máa question? Ẹja tún gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí i, mo padà bọ̀.
Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
Social order?
To protect the person's personal rights.
So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest?
nígbà tí olóyè Dr. Sunday Adéyẹmọ tó dìde tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó wá ń béèrè pé kí nìdí gan tó ṣe dìde nítorí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ò rírú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ rí wọn ò rírú akọni èèyàn tó jẹ́ akọni ọmọ Yorùbá nítorí pé ìdìde olóyè Dr. Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà ó jẹ́ ń tí ó yà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lẹ́nu pé báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ tó ṣe jẹ́ pé irú òun ló máa dìde fọ́mọ Yorùbá tí kò ń ṣe ẹlòmíì ìdí tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ò ṣe fẹ́ dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ nítorí pé olóyè ló jẹ́ àwọn sì ń dúró pé ẹlòmíì ló máa jẹ́ kò ní jẹ́ olóyè èmi á máa sọ pé olóyè náà ló yẹ kó jẹ́ ẹni tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè rán sí wa ni mo kí bàbá mi Ìdòwú Michael mo ń bọ̀ ẹja tún gbọ́ ìtókù tó.
Why didn't any of you try and stop me?
Kí ló dé tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ò ṣe dìde nítorí pé kò kàn wọ́n nítorí pé wọn kì í jí wọn gbé nítorí pé gbogbo wọn lọ ní security nínú ilé wọn nítorí pé gbogbo wọn kọ́ wọ́n ní ẹni tó ń ṣe ààbò fún wọn. Ǹjẹ́ ààbò tí wọ́n ń ṣe fún wọn ǹjẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ààbò náà ṣe wà fún àwọn tó kù? Mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ kálẹ́ and a very good evening to the late night broadcast, and we will just leave that video. I thought I just put that in so that we can all have a kind of background to some of the reasons why some of us are here every day. Even if we are tired, we still want to be here because we love what we are doing and we believe we are making sense. Mo kí bàbá wa Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the oracle of our time, the man that saw the future, the man that saw the future and told us that we should get the hell out of Nigeria before it is too late. Professor Adebanji Akintoye told us tonight again, Nigeria cannot be fixed. Nigeria cannot be fixed. And it is important as Yoruba people, we get the hell out of it as quickly as possible before it is too late. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Alan Conde sọ pé some people are foolish in our people still backing the evil government taking them as a slave. GK Babatunde Mokinyi, mo kí yàwá Yetunde Olukoya, mo kí Prince, mo kí Mr. Oladejo, mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti ń darapọ̀, mo kí Mommy Yo, mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí TikTok, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lórí MixLR, where we are also live on the Twitter. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Great Yoruba Nation, thank you so much. And those of you, the question tonight is, will Bola Tinubu attack Niger? We are now countdown to the 7 days ultimatum that was given. But before that, let us again listen to the oracle of our time, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. For so many people that is thinking that I am very, very intellectual, I've got degree, I've got masters. Don't worry, Koiki, we can fix Nigeria. We can bring the best leader. Mo kí our Folashade Ojo, eba n kí grandma tó ń kí grandma. Mo kí Yoruba Kid. Mo kí bàbá wa Ọláwálé Táíwò. Mo kí Azeez. Mo kí àwọn ìyàwó mi, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àwọn ọmọ mi. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn olólùfẹ́ wa káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. Mo kí àfáà, mo kí babaláwo. Mo kí àwọn oníṣègùn. It is who we are. It is part of us. Whether you are not in that bracket does not mean that we are not oníṣègùn. Just as you have your Bible and you call on the Holy Spirit to protect you, to defend you, to provide for you, to defend you against any kind of attack. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la ní àwọn oníṣègùn tó jẹ́ tiwantiwa. We are proud to be Yorubas and we are proud of our tradition. Tó bá sọ pé oníṣègùn ni wá, ẹ máa sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni oníṣègùn ni wá. Tó bá ní àfáà ni wá, ẹ sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àfáà ni wá. Tó bá ní wòlíì ni wá, ẹ sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wòlíì ni wá. We are who we are, and nobody can take away that from us. Mo kí ìyá mi Moi, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí AJ Style. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri from different parts of the globe, and I say good evening and welcome to the live transmission. We have nothing much to say. It's just to continue to review, and hopefully tonight we might see if our phone line is good. We're having difficulties, some few days on the WhatsApp. So I'm going to give it a go and allow people to call in as quickly as possible later on in the course of the program. But one thing is, we are not perfect, but this is what a perfect man that knew Nigeria very well, more than every one of us. Gbogbo àwọn tọ́jọ́ jẹ́ age mate wọn, if they are still believing in Nigeria, ẹ má bínú, that means pé púpọ̀ nù yín ó yẹ ká ti gbé yín lọ sí care home ká máa tọ́jú yín. I'm talking about anyone that is born in 1935 and still believe that Nigeria is working. Because Baba Akintoye is 88 years old. He knows the in, out of Nigeria. So gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní in tí bàbá yìí ń sọ lójoojúmọ́ tó fi ń bá wa dá wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ that he doesn't know what he's saying. You should be the one to check yourself. You should be the one to ask the question surrounding whether you know what you're talking about. Because Baba knows what he's talking about. He was part of those that wanted to work hard to fix Nigeria. But in the long run, they realized that Nigeria is not fixable. Because those that doesn't want Nigeria to be fixed are still the same set of criminals that are still with us today. The set of people that are milking you, the set of people that are making 30 million naira every month as a senator, yet they do nothing. They actually do nothing more than, pay their girlfriends to go abroad, buy brand new cars, live a big lifestyle. Every Saturday they do parties and they care less about the development in Yoruba land. So Tabawa sọ fún gbogbo yín pé most of you that are in your 80s, I know some of you are still thinking that Nigeria will be fixable. Ó yẹ ká ti gbé yín lọ sí care home. Care home làwa máa ń pè ní bíbá. Kò ń ṣe ọgbà wèrè. Bí èèyàn kan ṣe ń sọ pé ó yẹ ká gbé yín lọ sí ọgbà wèrè. But most of you tẹ́ bá wà ní 80 years old, tí ẹ rí Nigeria tó work títí tẹ́ fi pé 60, mo sorry gan, most of you are sick in the head. Mo kí Alhaji Alabi, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin ìyá wa. Mo kí bàbá wa Stephen Emmanuel. Mo kí Global Directorate. I was monitoring and following their town hall meeting today as usual. We appreciate them, we love them. We appreciate all the groups that are working tirelessly day and night for Yoruba people. Mo gbọ́ nígbà tí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé there's nothing called restructure. We cannot restructure Nigeria. Who is going to restructure a country that doesn't have a structure in the first place? So when anybody's telling you, I'm a restructure, well, mo sorry gan, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa Afẹ́nifẹ́re, ẹ lè bá wa restructure Nigeria. We appreciate what you have done. We love you as our father. We love you more than anything else. And I met you. But I'm sorry gan, Baba. Restructure of Nigeria is too late. It is time now that you either support us on the self-determination openly, or you keep quiet and let us take the battle from you. We love you for what you have done in trying to get a restructure of Nigeria. But as we all know, the politician that you believed in did not give you restructure. We are not interested in restructure. Muki Babawa, Kazim Adeniyi, we are getting tired of those recycled brains. Unfortunately, not even profitable brain. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, àwọn brain yẹn gan tá bá gbé lọ síbi tí wọ́n ti máa bá wa dín, wọ́n máa rejected. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá wà ní 80 years old, tẹ́ bá ní bàbá, tẹ́ ní ìyá, tẹ́ ní grandma tó wà ní 80, èmi ò ní bú wọn, but tó bá sì ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa work, ẹ tètè gbé wọn lọ síbi tí a ti máa tọ́jú wọn, tó máa ní ìtọ́jú tó dáa. Àwọn tó bá wà Nàìjíríà, ó dà fún àwọn care home kankan náà tí wà Nàìjíríà nísìn. Mo bẹ̀ yín ní ẹ̀yin ọmọ tẹ́ bá ní àwọn bàbá bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ bá wa lọ register wọn, so that kí wọ́n lè gba ìtọ́jú tó dáa. Torí pé I love àwọn àgbàlagbà. Àwa ọ̀dẹ̀ ń bú àgbàlagbà, wọ́n ti ní ká yé bú àwọn àgbàlagbà wa. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá wà ní 80 years old, bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́, if you are 80 years old, tí o ní bàbá, o ní grandfather, ó dẹ̀ ń sọ fún ẹ pé Nàìjíríà máa work, jọ̀ọ́ gbé bàbá yẹn, gbé ìyá yẹn, má nà wọ́n lẹ́gba, lọ sí ibi tí wọ́n ti máa bá ẹ tọ́jú wọn, nítorí pé Nigeria fail wọn at exactly when they were 60 years old. So 20 years extra life tó ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn, it is rubbish. Now tó bá wá lẹ́ni tó wà ní 70 years old tó ń sọ fún ẹ pé Nàìjíríà máa da, sọ fún pé àwọn tó wà ní 80 years old they are saying the same thing but kò tí ì da. So wá rí gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní 50 tó bá sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa work, maybe they want to listen to this. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí, bear with us as we prepare the video for us. For a few minutes, I think my audio seems to be not coming out as I would have loved to. So let's see why that audio is not coming out. Bear with me. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí, a very good evening and welcome to the transmission. Let's see today. Yes.
Free education is the legitimate legacy of every Nigerian child. Àwọn legislators, senators bíi tèmi láti north wọ́n ní professor a mọ̀ pé bàbá yín Awólọ́wọ̀ ó ní strong desire láti ṣe kí country yìí dáa kó gún ìdíndín kó di olówó kó di prosperous country, powerful country in the world. A mọ̀ pé ó fẹ́. Ó ní strong, honest desire, sincere desire láti ṣe. A mọ̀ pé ó ní ability láti ṣe. A dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ó wá ní àwọn ọmọ kan school soldier, àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tí gbogbo wọn ń worship ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó bá ní kán ṣe fún Nàìjíríà wọ́n á ṣe. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń ṣe amọ̀yín amọ̀wọ́ ìwọ Professor Akintoye tá à ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ya mọ̀ ẹ́. So I'm a paper banning the only build Nigeria into a powerful, rich country in the world. But we don't want it. In February 1982, mo wá lọ bá bàbá, mo kúrò ní Senate láàárọ̀, mo lọ bá bàbá. Mo ní bàbá wa o. Sure, bí mo ṣe ń wọlé ní bàbá rójú mi pé ojú mi ò dán báyìí, you're not looking good, money, I don't feel good, sir. Bàbá wa ṣe sure pé nǹkan tá à ń ṣe wọ̀nyí mọ́gbọ́n wà. We are fighting to build a country. A major part of the country said, we don't want the country to be built. We don't want it. We will not let you. Àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi ní Senate á sọ pé, and we will never give your father a chance to do it. Ṣé ọmọgbọ́n wa ká máa tẹra wa mọ́ wọn ká láà ń ṣe? Bàbá wa ní Bánjí wá jókòó sórí ìṣẹ́tútù wá jókòó sọ́dọ̀ mi. Mo fẹ́ bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kan. Wọ́n á gbọ́ Bánjí ọmọdé ni ẹ̀. Ọmọdé ò ní ṣàìṣọ́ ọmọdé. Òótọ́ you are a brilliant intellectual professor and so on. But you are a child. There is something that you are omitting, and that's because you are a child. What you are omitting is that every human being loves good things and wants good things for themselves. If they don't want it today, they might want it tomorrow. Therefore, we must keep making those good things available to everybody. Okay, Baba. Okay, Baba. That's our father. But by 2006, to come to the conclusion, no, they build in Nigeria. In 2000, I'm only 2000. In 1987, Baba Awolowo Oku. Ìkan lára àwọn leaders Fúlàní wá send condolence message sí wa, ó lóun condole àwọn Yorùbá o pé wọ́n lose bàbá wọn. wọ́n lose leader wọn. Onishifawola loved these people very much, and he did a great deal of things for them. He gave them free education and therefore raised them above all the other peoples of Nigeria. Then here, if we had allowed him to be elected president of Nigeria, he would have done the same thing for all of Nigeria. But we don't want it. If we had allowed him to be elected president of Nigeria, he would have done the same things for all of Nigeria. But we don't want those things. They still don't want them today. And so the answer is that we must get out. I took my decision that Nigeria, that Yoruba nation does no longer belong to Nigeria in 2014. A large number of us gathered in a very powerful intellectual meeting, took that decision.
Good evening to my beautiful sister Eunice. How you doing? How are you? Adam OLAMILEKAN. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, a bá rí ẹni tó ní òbí nílé tí ó wà ní between 60 and 80, and they are telling you that Nigeria is going to work, run from them. Run from any of those individuals. It does not matter who they are, but if they are in their 80s, take them to the care home. If they are in their 50s, run away from them. They are not helping the situation. Many of our Yoruba, many of those that are non-Yoruba, gbogbo wọn sọ pé a fẹ́ Nigeria. I'm asking tonight, will Bola Tinubu, the president, attack Niger? 7 days is now concluded. Today, Sunday, the 6th of August, 2023. Will there be any attack, or is he going to back down? That is the question tonight. Ìbéèrè tí mo fẹ́ mọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. Whatever is going to happen, whatever is going to be, we should all remind ourselves, whether spiritually, physically, said before or not, Nigeria would at some point break. Did you order something? Nigeria will break. And it's going to break very, very fast. But nobody knows how it's going to happen. All we know is that there's a lot of movement across the world. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ the international community interest in Africa. Africa is their interest, while we, the indigenous people, are suffering, looking for visa, but we want to use the education route to get to Europe. But initially, we are not interested in that education. We just want to get the visa so that we can run away. Some of us will probably just want to marry somebody that is not really of our interest, but just because Kalibari Weba. Why those at home continue to be suppressed? Moki Egbomi Yemi Fatoki, Moki gbogbo akakiri, from all the platforms we're streaming from, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are streaming into 9 different platforms tonight. I'm going to stand up from my seat a little bit because I have, one or two things to do behind the scene. But I will always feed you something that can keep you going until I return back to my seat. I have a lot of different videos I can play at any time. And sometimes, Mokiyami, Mr. Yawa Titi, Mokibu, sit back and let's enjoy it tonight. And one thing is, whether we like it or not, if Tinubu likes, make it no go. If he like, make it go. Nigeria will still break. What is Nigeria? What is the meaning of Nigeria? I'm coming back on my seat. Enjoy this when I come back.
Excuse Mr. African. What is the meaning of the word Nigeria? Is it an African name? Is Nigeria an African name? It means Niger. Niger means Niger. In French, Niger is a Latin word. In French, it is called Niger. It means black. That's the meaning of it. Even yesterday, one of your musicians, Niger, changed his name to Mr. Raw. Why? Because in America, he went to Apple and said to Apple, I cannot sell my music. He's a Nigerian artist. A zoo artist, I should say. He said to them, why are you not selling my music? They said, you cannot answer this name here. He said, but this thing means Niger. Niger means Niger. Niger, raw. That's what I answer. They said, no. Here is an offensive word. Remove it. He changed only yesterday to Mr. Raw. Change his name. Is the name Nigeria African? The answer is no. What is driving me mad is this. Who created Nigeria? Was Nigeria created by Africans? The answer is no. So what is, if the basis of your argument is that Britain, Europe, the white man is the problem, and you're trying to fight defending what the white man created, that means you're very foolish. You don't know your own argument then. You started very well and I supported you that imperialism is the problem, Britain is the problem. I agree. Then how come you are supporting something that Britain created not to serve your interest as a black person, but to serve their own imperialistic view of life? That is where your argument collapsed. I don't hate people. Ask you, Mr. African, what is the meaning of the word Nigeria? Is it an African name? Is Nigeria an African name? It means Niger. Niger means Niger. In French, Niger is a Latin word. In French, it is called Niger. It means black. That's the meaning of it. Even yesterday, one of your musicians, Niger, changed his name to Mr. Raw. Why? Because in America, he went to Apple and said to Apple, I cannot sell my music. He's a Nigerian artist. A zoo artist, I should say. He said to them, why are you not selling my music? They said, you cannot answer this name here. He said, but this thing means Niger. Niger means Niger. Niger, raw. That's what I answer. They said, no. Here is an offensive word. Remove it. He changed only yesterday to Mr. Raw. Change his name. Is the name Nigeria African? The answer is no. What is driving me mad is this. Who created Nigeria? Was Nigeria created by Africans? The answer is no. So what is, if the basis of your argument is that Britain, Europe, the white man is the problem, and you're trying to fight defending what the white man created, that means you're very foolish. You don't know your own argument then. You started very well and I supported you that imperialism is the problem, Britain is the problem. I agree. Then how come you are supporting something that Britain created not to serve your interest as a black person, but to serve their own imperialistic view of life? That is where your argument collapsed. I don't hate people. Ask you, Mr. African, what is the meaning of the word Nigeria?
Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ epo àwọn á di 200 á di 5. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀, a máa gbé wálẹ̀.
Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀.
The weight of Nigeria is not the weight that any normal, ordinary human being can carry, except with the help of Almighty Allah. It is evident, therefore, that the Almighty Allah is with our president. He is carrying the weight for him. The weight.
Much indeed.
Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti gbọ́. 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 Ó tún yá ṣe bàbá ṣe Buhari ṣe.
And we come back again and I say good evening, good morning, good night, depending on ibi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì. Bí a ti ṣe ń bá ètò yìí lọ ní alẹ́ yìí, 7 days has now come in place. We don't know when the first sound of boom will go up, or maybe there will never be one. But whatever the situation is, Nigerians are now concerned because it seems their concern is still on Nigeria. While our own concern is the sovereignty of countries that can emerge out of Nigeria. But the argument is, how ni gbogbo ilé ṣe máa work? How lè ṣe máa work? How you now go work out? Báwo lè ṣe fẹ́ ṣe? Tí kò ní fa yánpọnyánrin, tí kò ní fa sùúrùtù. Mo kí Grandma Comfort Adélẹ́yẹ, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Shout out to those of you that are quiet listeners and those that are also big time followers of freedom. Some are not interested in all this. They just want to listen and go and then, whether they're in Nigeria or not. Because as far as they're concerned, Nigeria will survive everything that we are talking about. And when I see this kind of people, I just laugh. Mukiyawa Fatima Mustafa, Assalamu alaikum. Mukiyawa Abibabawa Denu issue or Dara. The separate did not approve Tinubu request. Oh, the Senate did not approve. Okay, I've not seen that yet. Why are they not approving? Everybody is scared. They don't want the trouble from Niger to infiltrate Nigeria. Trouble they sleep. Younger go wake up. Regardless of whatever is going to happen, Mokibabawa Adélẹ́yẹ Taiwo, good morning. Something is now pushing everybody. But millions of Nigerians, as we speak today, are not interested in the disintegration of Nigeria. Not literally that they are enjoying Nigeria. Well, they're not enjoying Nigeria. They enjoy anything about Nigeria, but yet they do not want the breakup of Nigeria. They do not want the sovereignty of Nigeria to rise up. Mukiyawa Titi Lola Shaw, good morning to you as well. And they go ask question, Waris Dinado, why do we still have this kind of mentality is because the hope that led to their grandfather to be 80 years old to believe in one Nigeria, they are also believing in the same thing. Not that some of them have a job, and not that some of them don't have a job. Some of them are doing very well, and they are not interested. These are the selfish ones anyway. Majority, and I'm not talking about 10 million. Estimated we have 200 million. That's what we are told, the most populous black nation. But as I speak to you tonight, the same 130 million Nigerians that are living in abject poverty, bet me we have 100 million of them still believe in Nigeria. Even though they have been bracketed under the 130 million. So you go to wonder how these people they think. The same people where they inside the poverty line, àwọn gangan ni wọ́n ṣì ń support Nigeria. Àwọn gangan ni wọ́n ṣì jẹ́ agbátẹ̀yìn àwọn olóṣèlú. And they're all over the country. They're spread across the 36 states because the hope is that government will get to them. Alan Conde say age between 55 till 80 still saying Nigeria will work. They are mumu, and the age between 50 years down to 20 years are fools. So ìbéèrè tó yẹ ká máa bi àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́. Bishop Adeshina, good evening to you. Yanga go. Yanga don't go wake trouble already. Nigerian lives in denial. It will catch up on them unprepared. The flood in time of Noah. Do you know that if Tinubu takes the action that is planning to do as we speak right now, it will automatically, straight away, automatically affect every single one of us. Whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are outside Nigeria, every one of us will be affected. And that is something that we must start understanding. If Tinubu goes ahead and make this attack, trust me and you will be affected. But it will also make some of us our journey to facilitate it quicker than expected. The West are backing Nigeria. We know that already. We've seen the movement. The Secretary of State to United Kingdom was in Abuja less than 72 hours ago. He has left. We saw Secretary Anthony Blinken. We told you that some few days ago. So there's a lot of movement going on. And this movement continue to happen because some of us are also in denial that everything will go smoothly. Do you think so? Are you of that same opinion? Are you of the same view that everything will go smoothly, even though at the back of our mind, so when some of us are saying that Nigeria is not working, but yet majority of Nigerians say it will work, it's just a matter of time. Are we not all then going to be like the Titanic that was told was never going to sink? But while Titanic was sinking, they were still drinking, they were dancing. Even when the ship was going down, they thought maybe that's the way the ship was designed. So as Nigeria, they trip off from the table, many Nigerians are still saying there is hope, especially those that are told by their religious centers, it does not matter which one, that Nigeria is going to work. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Stay tuned and just relax and let's enjoy this program tonight. Shout out to all the Koikimedia team from Lagos to all the 36 states. Yes, we have them across. I can send them anywhere and they are fully ready at the shortest time. But I'm asking tonight, the West, tí wọ́n fi kàwé lọ́dọ̀ wọn, because everybody wants to come and study in UK. I wish you can be here in UK, but some of us are now wishing that we are back on the other side, because we have seen as many of what you have seen as well, but you are not yet convinced. So tá bá ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé the Niger crisis was just something waiting in other African countries. There is already tension in Nigeria, and Nigerians are still accommodating all this tension for reason known to them. I don't know what is the reason, but all I can say is that when you look at this map of Nigeria, you will start asking questions. Why do we have many Nigerians that believe that Nigeria should not break up at this junction? It's because this is what they've known since they were 80 years old, 70, 60, 50. And the new breed generation that were born in the 2000s, all they know is that, their father told them we're Nigerians, and they're not ready to listen to the fact that there is nothing called Nigeria, even though we will continue to explain it as Bashili explained it. Nigeria was created for a wrong reason, not for the benefit of us, the indigenous people. But one thing is, Nigeria is now at the crossroad. We saw how things played out during the Soviet Union. Baba Akintoye ti ṣàlàyé fún wa. Soviet Union was stronger, powerful in numbers. They were more than Nigeria. Military-wise, they were bigger. Economic-wise, they were bigger. But 15th Republic dissolved out of what is known as Soviet Union as late 90. It happened. The war did not come down. So when people are saying that, you cannot dissolve Nigeria to create a new entity, it would happen. It is just that some of us are waiting for when this is going to happen. But a lot of us that believe that it is coming and it is getting closer is because we can see the surroundings of Nigeria. We can see the build-up of the tension. Forget about what Femi Kanikari is telling you. These are all corrupt individuals that are eating out of the body of Nigeria. Forget about what Jonathan is going to tell you. Forget about what all the ex-governors are going to tell you. Forget about even what your colleagues in the bank are telling you, that there is hope in Nigeria. The banking system is strained already. The sectors, every sector in Nigeria, Google sector patapata, is now inside CPU. Every sector in Nigeria is in coma. We are trying to inject blood. The blood continues to reject itself. We are trying to pass water into the body of every sector. It keeps spilling it out. Yes, people will still be making much life. You will give birth, you will sleep with each other. So normal thing will be going on. But underneath, it is already crashed. So every day, everybody will just, but Koiki, you say this country is going to break up. I still see Wasiu. Wasiu was playing in Victoria Land, and I see a lot of women there. I saw a lot of people came up for Christmas. They were traveling to the southeast. I saw people in the north. They were enjoying life. They were bringing food. But one day, everything will just be like, what is going on? And that is exactly what is playing out right now between the country called Nigeria and what we are witnessing in Niger. We might get a coup in Nigeria. We might not get a coup. But one thing will lead to something that will finalize the final decision of the real people, the real owners. Because Nigeria does not belong to the 80 no, they're not even up to 80, about less than 70 something representative in Abuja. We saw what happened during the just small protest between the NLC as they break the gate. Every senator run away. Now imagine if the time that people rise up together does not have to be that they support Yoruba nation, but something will happen that those that have nothing to lose, they will ask questions, and those questions will be very, very difficult. So what we are preparing our mind for is whenever all these things is going to happen simultaneously, but we're upset. It will be painful, but it will create countries that we talked about all the time, Lithuania, Latvia, all these Eastern European countries that are not even up to the population of some of our states. That is the way it's going to happen. Then we will now start talking about what we have together, how we are going to manage it. Báwo la ṣe máa manage it? Èyí tó wà nílẹ̀ Igbo, èyí tó wà nílẹ̀ Hausa, èyí tó wà l'Èkó, èyí tó wà ní gbogbo ibi tó wà. Because as we speak right now, investments have been put across Nigeria by Nigerians. So in the fallout of Nigeria, we still want to protect everybody's investment, regardless of who you are and wherever you come from. And that is the way things will run. It might be either in a good way or it will become a painful way. If it's painful, people like Dangote will not want such investment to go out of his hand. People like Tony Lemelu will not want his investment. People like Adenuga, Mike Adenuga, I saw him with Bola Tinubu, the owner of Glo. So these are real stakeholders that I've just mentioned. You know, the BU family, they all have investment in different parts of Nigeria. So in the breakup or in the way that the country will dissolve, some of them will still want to keep their investment. And this is why we are saying that for such to happen, this dissolution should be peaceful. But we are very sure that as I speak to you now, there are also people that are also thinking that there is no way, if you all attempt, even if you like, bring any weapon out, we will not dissolve this country. They are there as well. They want to keep Nigeria. Some of them, you know, when you read somebody like that crazy guy, called himself Femi Fani-Kayode, I read his tweet all the time. He's thinking that yes, you know, at some point he says he's the West, but he still wants to keep Nigeria. And you ask him, he's crazy because he's a very well-educated guy. He read in London. The question is, why is he keeping Nigeria when he can travel with more than 5-10 security? He can't travel on his own. He cannot travel on his own from Lagos to Abuja on the road. He will have, we see in the way he displays security and all that. The same thing goes with, what's it called? Dele Momodu. So the question is, when those of these caliber of Yoruba people, these are the real elites that we talked about. People like Otedola. Otedola moves swiftly without security in London. I don't think, he will go and tell London Metropolitan, say, give me Mokiyawa Iyabo Olubunmi Oluwole Ekabo Momi. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't think he will tell London Metropolitan to give him extra police so that somebody like Koiki will not be looking for him, because he knows that I don't have to be looking for him. But when he gets to Nigeria, he needs that extra security. People like E-Money, they can't travel on their own. They need extra security with a lot of bullets in the gun of their soldier. E-Money is the one paying for that. He keeps them up so that when he drives, the security will kill anybody that wants to attack E-Money. The same thing goes with Obi Kubana, Chief Priest, Davido, every single one of them. They want Nigeria, but they want a Nigeria where they are still part of a system that they are also enjoying, but the system is not being enjoyed by Awomo Yoruba. And this is what makes it different. This is where we are having headlock with them. We see somebody like, Tunde Fashola, or Baba Tunde Fashola, the former governor of Lagos State. You can see his head is becoming white, but he wants to kill himself for Nigeria that is not working. But it is working for him and the people around him. These are all criminals. Because as far as they're concerned, they know that they cannot fix Nigeria. But because they are already in the system, they are finding it difficult to fall out. FOLAYEMI, now we see that the one that is sick is very, very sick. We hope he doesn't die. Anyway, we pray that he doesn't die. I don't want him to die. I'm talking about Akeredolu. Akeredolu is now looking for his health in Germany. He cannot find his health to be resolved in Ondo. Imagine a governor saying he's a Yoruba governor. Yoruba governor ni but kò lè tọ́jú ara ẹ̀ ní Ondo state. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ sá lọ sí Germany. Germany ló ti lọ ń gba ìwòsàn. Akeredolu ò lè tọ́jú ara ẹ̀ ní Ondo state. This is somebody in his 60s. These are the bastards in that age group. That when we are saying that Yoruba nation, they are saying, no. Look, shut up, we can't talk about Yoruba nation now. We are still trying to fix the economy of Nigeria. Go and look at Fayose, bomb bastard. He cannot live in Ekiti after he left as a governor. Olori Burukware is living somewhere now in Lagos. Go and look at Dino Malaye. The bastard wants to be a governor. All they want to do is just to remain relevant in this corrupt entity called Nigeria, knowing fully well that the moment it dissolves, there will be a new constitution, there will be a new system, and everybody will start afresh. Because there's no way Dino should be more important than you. But all the bastards from the southeast to the middle belt to the Hausa to the Fulani, Olori Buruku Bubu, they all come together and say, let's keep Nigeria, and they are the only one enjoying Nigeria. So you now that is not enjoying Nigeria, what can you say you are enjoying? Why you don't want to support it? Oh, you want to be listening to that lecturer, Dipo, the one in London. After 3 weeks in Nigeria, he will fly back here because this is where he studied, this is where he's doing his lecture. And he'll be telling you about how to make money, like Olori Buruku Reno. Reno chopped so much money during Jonathan. Do you know how much money they would have had in different account, proxy account? And he will tell you how to make money on YouTube. Is that the way he make his money? Go and look at Abati, Pastor, Yoruba man. So they are part, you will see them, they are the same set of people that attend the same set of party. And you, all you are looking for is take picture for them and upload it on the social media. That's all you do. That's all. That's the least job they can give you. What is the difference? You can now see that Seyi Makinde did not support Atiku because he knew that Atiku is a bastard man. They didn't support Atiku now. You saw now that Wike has been given a ministerial post because Wike knew that Atiku is Olori Buruku Omadi. Why? You would think that these are the same PDP people, but they are all bastards. They are all the same criminals. So what is the difference? Seyi Makinde never allowed Atiku support in Oyo State. He didn't give him the support. So eventually, Atiku lost out. And these are meant to be the same political party. So you can see that it's the same set of people. The question is, Tinubu, please don't back down. Attack Niger. That is my own state. My own personal opinion. I am begging Bola Tinubu, oh God, to attack Niger because Yoruba don't say something and you don't do it. You must go out there as the chairman of ECOWAS and attack Niger. Okay? Attack Niger. You must attack Niger because you have already told us last week Sunday. And remember you told us prior before that, when you first went for the outing of the ECOWAS, that you will not tolerate any coup. Now there's a coup. What are you going to do? Kí ló máa ṣe sí? Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Reno Eleri Buole, quoting Bible like he is a saint, he's a criminal bastard. He lives there in abroad with his wife and the daughter, I believe. Tinubu, you must attack Niger on behalf of ECOWAS. That is my own state. You must attack Niger. I am begging you, please attack. Tó bá attack Niger ọmọ àlè ni ẹ́. Tinubu, if you do not attack Niger ọmọ àlè ni ẹ́, you must go with ECOWAS because you have already told us that action speaks louder than words. So it is time for us to see action. And don't come and tell me about war. War goes on in Ukraine and Russia. I say it every day. As we speak right now, they're still unsettled in Sudan. Maybe maybe you start understanding that the territory that is our own will be left open. Kékèké ni gbogbo àwọn movement àwọn Fulani tẹ́ ń rí tó ń attack. By the time Tinubu goes and attack Niger, you will see them coming out in their numbers. Coming out in their numbers from wherever they were hiding before. Because we are now talking about maybe this is what this man saw. Maybe it's just about to happen.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. How would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Well, maybe it is not what we were thinking then. Maybe it is this one. Moritiyami Toyin Akaba said, please don't let him attack. I don't want to. The question is, something normally starts with something. Tinubu knew going for the president, he will have a lot to deal with. Bó ṣe ń deal pẹ̀lú the internal problem in Nigeria, he must be prepared to deal with the external problem as well. And the external is the one that is called the Niger crisis. Tinubu wants to show the macho man, the man behind ECOWAS, the Nigerian that have the power. I've been seeing, people putting, the difference between Nigeria and Niger. I've seen the graphs. I've watched it myself. The amount of firepower that we have. Oh yes, definitely. What do you expect? Nigeria will have such because Nigeria is operating more than 355 countries. If we were all smaller units, maybe some of those smaller units will not have as much of what Niger have. And the reason why Niger doesn't have ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tí ó yẹ kán ní is because they have corrupt politicians that did not invest when it comes to military hardwares. Rather, they were sinking and sucking the country dry. So do you think that all those ones that they've been saying, I'm sorry, not some of you will let it graphs in, I don't have to play, where they were, whoever made that was showing us what Nigeria have as against what Niger have. You can't compare Niger and Nigeria when it comes to, the total of, indigenous people forced together to be bearing the name Nigeria. And we know that even Nigeria should have more of such military hardware, if not people like Buratai and others that stole so much money, and all our hard-working men and women, genuine indigenous people, I'm not talking about the Fulani among them, continue to be killed, don't be shaking. So when people are saying that Tinubu will attack, that means we are not being realistic, especially those of us that are asking for self-determination. Something will link to the dissolution of Nigeria, one way or the other. Even Sowore knew that without a revolution, you cannot reset the button. As much as we have our loved ones on the ground, every single one of us have a loved one on the ground. The question then is, there are also people that are ready to destabilize that region. And let us stop this now so that we can sign new policy, new agreement, because as a new nation, we will work with countries around the world, but on our own terms and conditions that will favor us, not the one that doesn't favor you. Because as a citizen of that shit old country called Nigeria, nothing favors you, not even your drinking water. Most of you buy pure water in your house. So even the water is not given to you in the shithole zoological country called Nigeria. So what is the essence of them saying that whatever Tinubu is facing now, that is his own cup of tea? It is not our own. He wanted to rectify the damage that does not bring unity. Some of you might say, it might take time. Let him just settle down and then he will eventually dissolve Nigeria. It does not matter. What matters right now is, it is better before it is too late. I know there is a push from outside, but if he is not careful himself, what he is planning that he thinks he can dissolve Nigeria, it might be too late. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa, tí Tinubu bá ní àníyàn lọ́kàn pé òun máa dissolve Nigeria, for every day he will be there until 4 years. I'm just giving him the 4 years. The problem in Nigeria will never be resolved. The first key of the problem of Nigeria is the internal crisis that Tinubu will continue to face on a daily basis. And one of those are the people that have now asked for the right to better living. Oh, you think I'm going to talk about the self-determination? No. No. It's not about the self-determination. I'm talking about the Nigerians. The Nigerians that are being pushed against the wall. They will stand back. They will stand up and they will revolt. And that will topple Tinubu's government. And that will bring in the military. Put this on record. If the people rise up, the military will back them and Tinubu will lose out. Tí àwọn èèyàn bá rise up, tó bọ́ sójú títì, lénìí, lọ́la, Lọ́túnla, the next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, why Tinubu is still there? Tinubu government will be toppled. The military will shy away and they will allow such kind of revolution to happen. And even Belomo Yoruba Tinubu fi síbẹ̀, if he's not even taken care of by those behind him, that is the first revolution that is swinging in Nigeria. Nigerians are now in a depression situation. We might say that they are not going to do anything, but trust me, I am saying that. A video was sent to me. I can't share that video. It's an internal video where ọlọ́pàá ó ń dáyàn tó ní oògùn ó dá dúró, but ẹni tó gbé Bible dání àti Quran kò dá dúró. And there was a real tussle. I'm not going to share that video. It's an internal video that was sent to me. And I won't say more than that. This happened in Lagos not too long ago, some few days ago. People are just waiting. Báwo lọmọ Yorùbá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá á di ògùn mọ́ra for his own safety, just like somebody carry Bible for their own safety, just like somebody carry Quran for their own safety, and you are stopping them, harassing them, and they want to take them to the police station so that you can extort them. And there was a lot of tussle. I won't say more than that. But the video I saw there, I can see that people are just waiting. They're just waiting. And this has nothing to do with Yoruba Nation, so that don't link it with Yoruba Nation. It has nothing to do with Yoruba Nation. But that video was sent to me because they want me to keep it for record purpose. And these were just few numbers of people that displayed. They are not part of Yoruba Nation. They don't have anything to do with Yoruba Nation. These are Nigerians that are now getting tired of the nonsense going on in the country called Nigeria. The clock is clicking, like Kingsley is saying. So those of you, Tambasoro, you cannot continue to intimidate people. The intimidation plus hunger, the intimidation with the cost of living, the intimidation, people go to display madness very soon. Trust me, it might not be straight away, it might even take some time. But the madness will erupt quickly, and those that are angry will take advantage of it, and everything will explode. That is the first problem. The second problem is going to come from the north again. We know that the agenda of those that still want to topple Tinubu's government is still there. There is a deep agenda from individuals, groups of people, working against Tinubu's government. Tinubu himself knows this. Because the North, àwọn North ò fẹ́ Tinubu láti ilẹ̀. Àwọn Northerners ò like Tinubu, but they have no other option because Tinubu became a bone in their neck, a fish bone. Ìwọ lọ jẹja, kó wá jẹ́ kó mú ẹ lọ́fun. If you don't end up at the hospital for them to remove it, you might end up dying. Tinubu was like a bone on their neck. And they have no other option. It was just too glaring. He brought in Buhari, and the arrangement was he will be the next person. But the North wanted the continuity of another Northerner just after Buhari, and Tinubu was not going to accept such. Those people are still bitter. Go and read between the lines of what the Northern Forum or Arewa are saying to Tinubu against not attacking Niger. One want Tinubu pé kò gbọdọ̀ attack Niger, regardless of whatever is happening. Not that they accept it, but he must not attack Niger. So the question on the table is, you see that I've not mentioned what some of you are probably going to think, the self-determination. There is 1,000 problems in Nigeria before the agitation. But the agitation is what they are pushing to your face. But internally, we have more than 1,000 different clusters of problems. Asari Dokubo is another problem. Asari Dokubo, I picked up the audio listening to one of our media broadcaster saying that if they try to arrest him, it will blow up the pipeline. That's the way he said, not me. He said it will reduce the pipeline to the barest minimum of production. And that is still the only revenue tí Nigeria ní lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Remember, Tompolo, they are playing the game of mind. All the vessel that they are saying that they are arresting is not true. It's all lies. And I'll tell you why. Tompolo needs to renew his $50 million contract with the federal government, which is coming up very soon. So for Bola Tinubu to believe that they are working and renew the contract, Tompolo also have àwọn tó tún jẹ́ àwọn other subordinates. We've seen the video before. This area of Niger Delta is a very, very tense area. Asari Dokubo wants to take over Tompolo. So he is now using the influence of knowing Tinubu in 1992 before MK Abiola in 1993. Asari Dokubo said Owutimo Bola Tinubu as far back as 1992. So that means they have been working for Tinubu as part of their, you all know how these things work. But Tinubu is just an advantage now for Asari Dokubo. That is why Asari Dokubo is moving. I mean, first, we never saw Asari Dokubo in Abuja during Buhari, but he waited for Tinubu's turn. And that's why he said, turn by turn, no. Najagaban turn, no. There is a tussle of the ownership of Nigeria now between the South and the North. Bola Tinubu fi sọ fáwọn North pé Nigeria does not belong to you, but he will not be the one to be saying that. He needs the extra body from outside, like Asari Dokubo, to tell the North. Asari Dokubo is not talking to the Yorubas, he's not talking to the Igbos, he's talking to the Northerners. We own Nigeria together. You try nonsense, we blow up this country once and for all. The question is, why should we then go through all this tension for just a temporary break? Because whatever they're all going to enjoy now is just temporary. But because we are all selfish, ara wọn nìkan ló mọ̀, wọ́n ò fẹ́ tẹlòmíì, so wọ́n ò fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó tètè pín. Wọ́n fẹ́ kàṣì run Nigeria as much as we can, even though towards the end, Nigeria would then cry. So every single one of these people that I keep mentioning, there are so many of them. I never saw Mike Adenuga as much as I can remember, I might be wrong, in Aso Rock. I have seen him attending Aso Rock after Tinubu went to Jebu, láti lọ bá Kábíyèsí. Mike Adenuga don't attend event, you hardly see him anyhow. But Mike Adenuga has a huge stake with the French government. So he is bidding on behalf of the French to the government of Bola Tinubu. Now, it's turn by turn. Mike Adenuga turn. Because what we saw was Buhari played everybody intelligent by pushing Dangote even to go and inaugurate something that was still Okwete. The refinery will not be up and running until 2025. But Olori Buruku Buhari, the saddest man, dead or alive, still went ahead and inaugurated a project that was not completed. We saw the BUA. These were all the carcass of the northerners. So now it is the turn of the southwest, while the Igbos have been marginalized anyway, because as far as we're concerned, they are not part of Nigeria. So you can see that there's a build-up of problem. Everybody is just managing it, waiting for how, when it will all escalate. Then you will know that many Nigerians have weapons in their house. They are just waiting. You will then know that not only those in the creeks have weapons. Real citizens are all hiding their weapons in different places. Everybody is just waiting. But why should we allow such when we can just say, you know what? Let us come out and dissolve it. But one thing will lead to something. And one of that is Niger crisis. The cool junta guys are not going to back down. I pray Tinubu should go and attack them. And that will be the beginning and the end of part of Nigeria. It might not even happen straight away, but that will be the beginning. Because if there's an attack in Niger, there will be a bomb thrown in Lagos and Abuja. I have family in those two places. There's nothing we can do to such. What my bomb Lagos, what my bomb Abuja, there's no doubt about that. That is the way war works. Why should we allow such when we can dissolve and everybody go and secure their territory, and whatever investment that we all have across the network, we can protect it and make sure that we protect it and protect even those that are now not going to be part of us anymore, but they will still have the right to live with us. That is the way it's going to work in a new sovereign nation. You cannot say all the Igbo people run out, all the Hausa people. It's not going to happen. We will then have them, but we will then be able to now start working and forming a new policy. Everybody is waiting for the explosion of this country. But why should we allow such? That is the reality of Nigeria today. Everybody's just waiting. Go and listen to Seun Kuti. All this thing is saying, Seun Kuti brought out a gun. We saw it now. He has a gun. Everybody has a gun. They are just pretender. So you think people that are moving with Davido, they don't have a gun. They have a gun. Everybody's just waiting. There's so much gun in Mushi. There's so much gun in the southeast. There's gun everywhere in Nigeria. In Yoruba land, there's gun. People have it. They're just pretending. Everybody's just waiting for the explosion. But why should we wait for such? People are now angry bitterly with their politicians. But the politicians are pumping money to some people to shut some people down. But there will be firepower at some point. All the politicians are putting money now to protect their state. We saw Ifeanyi Umbai, or whatever that bastard guy is, in Southeast, brought out security as well, thinking that they can oppress the Biafra on that section. So everybody's just waiting. The marginalization continues to grow on a daily basis. Let me say something. The Baropan West, they care whether we kill ourselves. They don't care. They care less. They don't care how many of us die. They are ready to sell more weapons to the highest bidder, even if it's going to be through the black market. Jonathan was buying gun in the black market. We saw that. Orisa, whatever, he was using his private jet to take money, and they were looking for gun because America was not going to sell any weapon anymore to Jonathan. We are seeing as many of weapons flowing into Nigeria as if we are already in a civil war. The amount of weapons, light weapons, armed weapons, and it is there. Everybody knows. In the hands of different people. It is just Ifeanyi Umbai, a notorious criminal, a bastard evil guy. that thinks it can fight the Biafra. But something will lead to something in this. You see this screen white the way they behind me? We are all inside it. Even those of us that are outside, we are inside it, and it is just about to explode. How soon is what we don't know. Some are trying to delay it, while some are pushing for it. I pray Tinubu attack Niger Republic. That is my prayer tonight or this morning. Àdúrà mi ni pé kó attack wọn, so that tó bá ti attack wọn, orí gbogbo á lè pé. Especially those of you that we've been telling for 2 years. You said we are not okay. You say we are all having problem upstairs. But right now, everybody is now crying, doing short video, asking questions. Eniola bad ones will run away. Those ones will first, they'll be the first people to run away. She's still taking somebody to prison for abusing her, the bastard woman, taking somebody to prison because these are part of the injustice that is going on. Who the fuck is Eniola Badmus that she'll be taking somebody to prison because they're calling her out? Olori Buruku woman, bastard, bomb bastard. Come to London and come and do nonsense and say you take me to court. These are the oppression that is going on a daily basis in Nigeria, using their influence to suppress others, and you think all days will continue. Lift, fall on somebody, all the way from the 10th floor, Ojawale, and you think people are not angry. They are bitterly angry. They are just waiting. They will give somebody another idea. They will give you the wrong injection. You will just die, especially you politicians. That's why you don't take treatment in Nigeria, because you don't trust any of the medical team, because you have done bad in Nigeria and they will give you the wrong injection. That is why Akeredolu traveled out of Nigeria, because they will have killed him in Nigeria. It's just waiting. Everybody just waiting. We even hear that they killed Buruji Kashamu. I don't know how true that is, but I was told by somebody close to Buruji Kashamu that they killed him. They took him out because he was becoming a problem to the Baba Jebus. You all know Baba Jebu now, the one that do betting. That's what I was told. I don't know how true that is. That is what people that are close to the carcass, they say they took him out. It was becoming a problem for them. You can see that the Baba Jebu son is still fighting Dapo Abiodun. I saw the fight between Amosun in 2019. Amosun had so much weapon with Akinlade. Akinlade was the one fighting Dapo Abiodun. Dapo Abiodun was not in line with Amosun, Onifila Gogoro. So there was a tough fight during the governorship election in Ogun State. I was almost attacked because they didn't know who I was during one of my coverage in one of the estates. Continue to live in denial. Everybody knows that this thing is building up. But why can't we resolve all these amicably? It's because we have people with their head until everything go down. And then they go see. Yeah, it can't happen. It can't happen because they're still doing party in Oshodi. They're still doing party in the southwest. The day that there's a bomb in Lagos State, then you will know that there's a serious. Do you think they're doing any naming ceremony or party in Ukraine when bomb is flying left and right? Not literally every part of Ukraine, but we know that as many border in Ukraine as everybody has run away. So let us continue. Hey, Wasiu go dey play. Hey, Davido dey play. Everybody's excited. But when the real reality starts dawning on us, I pray, Tinubu, you must attack Niger. Make sure you defend the constitutional right of the Niger people, as if they send you problem, as if they send you errand. Where they have so are they complaining to you? No. Are the Nigerians complaining to you that they have problem? Nigerians will get problem. We never resolve all the problem. Now the Nigerian problem you won't go resolve. I beg you, in the name of whatever you believe in, please attack Niger. Attack. You must attack them. If you don't attack them, I will come out again and remind you, because you promised us on Sunday that you only talk with action. And you already sent Sultan of Sokoto and the Olori Buruku go on. They told them to what? That's what they told them. Because I don't want to use the F word, because I know some of our beautiful children are watching. But for us, it doesn't mean anything. They told you to toss off. They're not interested in negotiation. They want to fight. Who go live, go live. Who go die, go die. People have been dying in Nigeria anyway since 1960. People have been dying in this world since war will not consign us. First World War, Second World War, maybe this one will be Third World War. Who go survive, go survive. Who go die, go die. It does not matter. We all pray it does not happen. But the West are pushing, and we know this is a fight between Russia and the West. It's as simple as that. So we wait and see what will be the outcome. The outcome of these events that is unfolding quickly on our eyes. You think, saying that they fight on Twitter with the talk. We're talking about people that are ready to defend their land. In Niger, they are ready to protect. But Tinubu says he's finding solution to the problem by bringing the elected president, Mohamed Bazoum. We pray he brings him back. Just even go there and force all the ECOWAS soldiers, make that they live there, but you will know what they called, the IRA problem with British. Maybe that is what you guys will start experiencing in Nigeria. Oh, you don't know? Go and Google it. Hello, Google what the IRA did with the British on a daily basis until they asked for a peace agreement that took place a year before I came to this country in 1998. For 30 years. So even if ECOWAS defeat the Nigerian, there will still be, even if it's 20, they will no longer be in the city. They will now be operating where we don't know. And one day you will just be doing parties. Oh, you go to the mall. We saw this terrorist blow the United Nations building in Abuja before. So all these things is now new. It's just that we are forgetful people. You think because they will go with a large military, they will then use that military to pull the power back and they will be staying there. That means the Nigerian soldier will be living there for a very long time because it will now be what they call a guerrilla warfare. Why should we go through that route when we can start asking questions now? Yoruba, no problem. More when Tinubu lẹ́yìn. I hope we put Tinubu lẹ́yìn to do the needful. Because if he doesn't do the needful, then the needful is coming to him. It's as simple as that. There is no way we can avoid what is already, it might not even be an attack in another 2 months, but something will trigger. Because those, Tinubu said we have disconnected electricity, we are doing this, we are doing that. Okay. One thing is, thank you so much, Daisy123. Thank you so much, Silver Gold. Waris Ginaldo, thank you. Something is burning. And it's burning very, very fast. And whatever is burning is going to burn as many things before we go. Nigerians are already tired. They are also waiting for the slightest excuse to steal, to rob, to destroy, to burn. There's a pressure in the land, and we are asking. Buhari was there. You can see most of the time he was spending outside Nigeria. This time around, I pray Tinubu has enough health to help us fight the Niger Wahala. I pray Tinubu has enough strength to fight this war, because we don't want him to start the war and then go on medical leave and leave it with Shetima. He must be the one in charge calling the shot. At the moment, his battery is still very full. Some even saying that maybe he was deceiving everybody, that he's not fit enough just to get the sympathy of the vote. Tinubu now seems to be as fit as nothing. I've not talked about the self-determination in this conversation as much, because I don't want you to think that that is the only reason why Nigeria can break. I am giving you many, many reasons. The El Zaki issues are still there. 1,000 problems there inside Nigeria apart from those agitating for self-determination. So don't look at Nigeria from the perspective of self-determination only. Look at Nigeria from the perspective of all the problems that have been brought upon us by this contraction country that has failed, that won't allow development. I was looking at CARICON. CARICON, like I told some of you in our field broadcast, Muki Jaya Jaya, Mr. Kazim Adeni, the president didn't calculate the business, what is in Nigeria benefits its interference, the cost of the war, the long run of impact of the war. Unfortunately, we have situation in Nigeria that needs urgent attention, like security, database with a sensor, refinery, waiting urgent attention. Is talking about war. OLAMILEKAN Zobo, how somebody will be giving light to someone and that very particular person have no light as well. Thank you so much. Something would happen soon that will make Yoruba nation to go their way, inshallah. Tinubu is playing with the snacks. Let him try it and see. He thinks he's a moi. Mukiba Baba Simon Adebisi, Alan Conde, once again, I shout out to you. Michael Idowu, GK Babatunde, and once again to those of you on all the platforms, I say good morning, as it is now 16 minutes past 1 a.m. To every one of you as well on our Twitter space this evening, I say shout out to you as you are all joining. Bear with us. I am speaking in between English and Muso Yoruba to Dano because of the message that we are passing to you. Moki gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí, Moki ọmọdé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Moki àgbàlagbà. I want to open the other page so that I can cite who is there, because sometimes we miss good people that are listening to us and they might say, we didn't mention the names. Shout out to all our Biafra brothers. Simon Adebisi says, the valuation of the Naira remains a free fall. Today is now 1,142. It's gone with 2 Naira on top. I pray it continue to go up. There's so much problem. Simon Adebisi, my uncle, said, territory not secure as we made to believe, and yet Tinubu wants to go and start what he thinks is a moi. So thank you so much once again. As we say, we are having so much attack from the Facebook. They keep cutting down our transmission, but we care less as long as I say, I am transmitting on 8 different networks, from the TikTok to the Twitter space to the Twitter picture one as well. So if you're watching on Twitter, it's a picture one. If you're on the space, it's just an audio. We have the MixLR. I pay, they've even remind me that I have to pay $20 on the 12th of this month. We have 2 Instagram that is running. We have 2 Facebook that is running, and we have a YouTube. So, we're not doing bad. At the moment, there's a lot of proxies war going on, around the world. But one thing is, people for Niger say they are okay with this. Even if they are not okay, they say they are okay. So what thing concern our own there? That is the question. Nigeria wants to be the big brother. The big brother where Nigerians cannot travel with the same nonsense Jagbajantis passport within African country. They now want to go and do, you get macho man. They won't go inside Niger. The Nigerian passport that you can take to Morocco, they can tear it and nobody is going to attend to you from the embassy. The Nigerian passport that is so disrespected that you cannot get a proper visa, a Shanghai visa. And these are why we are saying to Nigerians. Some say, well, I don't want to travel, I want to remain in Nigeria. Okay, you want to remain in Nigeria, but even your governor is going abroad to take medical treatment. Are you not thinking of that? 40 plus, you are still living inside, face me, I face you. You don't get proper accommodation. No running water. It's only in Nigeria where you go shit inside toilet. For those of you that have, the basic toilet, and then you use water to start chopping inside it, and everything spill back into your body. It is only in Nigeria that you are saving water in a so that when water run out, so that you can still have water. That's some of you that are not using Konga water. Is that the kind of country that you think we want to remain? So you want us to be developing a country that is not what to be developed. I looked at a particular pastor online. He says he built a house for people. Sometimes I be diaspora, if you are still buying house in all these places where it's not developed, you're wasting your time. Forget about trying to invest at home now. Look, those places will not get development should we remain in Nigeria. There is so much problem. Even Lagos that we look up to is not developed. So I am praying for Bola Tinubu. You must attack Niger. And let's see what will be the end of it. Continue to let the ECOWAS push your head. Continue to let them deceive you. Continue to let them be those that will tell us, as you can see there, that is the Sultan of Sokoto, the real owner of Nigeria. I wanted to talk about CARICON. Escaped my mind. Do you know that the Prime Minister of Grenada is 44 years old? I laugh when I see people even asking about the Yoruba nation, nothing. Who is going to be our president? We know that those islands are not very big. I'm talking about Grenada. Let's look at the population of Grenada today. Let's go and look at it. Grenada, as according to what we have, according to the Wikipedia, the population of Grenada as of 2021 is 125,000. Grenada is a Caribbean country comprising a main island, also called Grenada, and a smaller surroundings of island dubbed the Spice Isle. The hilly main island is home to numerous nutmeg plantations. It is also the site of the capital, St. Georgia, whose colorful homes, Georgian buildings, and early 18th century Fort Georgia overlook narrow Carnegie Harbor. To the south is the Grand Rise. So that means this prime minister of theirs that is just 44 years old. I'm going to pull up his picture in a minute so that we can all have a look at it. His name is Dicton Michel. So the question is, why should we be running away to start a new system and start thinking of how we can build a system that works for us? Because you are not seeing yourself, and that's his space there. His name again is Dickon Michel. And I was watching Dickon Michel, and let me give you the full images of it. You can see him there. Well read, just like so many Yoruba people. Mokiwa Pelwewa, the Yogi Moki. Very, very well read as well. Let's look at his background. He was born on the 8th of October 1978. He is only 44 years old. His party is called the National Democratic Congress. Education, Presentation Brothers College, Grenada. He also went to the University of West Indies, Barbados. He has 2 children. You, Uloshi, Yoruba man, Yoruba woman, Were. Those who don't support Biafra, Onyara, Hausa people, Oloshi, 44, where are you today? Still riding Okada all over the street of different part of the territory. And we are calling for the dissolution so that we can set up a system that works. You are here crying and saying you want to save the zoological country called Nigeria. This guy you're looking in front of you is only 44 years old and is the one leading his country as I speak to you. And I'll play a video of him that I picked up on YouTube yesterday because we are now on the 6th of August 2023 as I am waiting for when action will start between Nigeria and the Niger Republic. So that's him there, as you can see. This is a young man. It's not, you know, you can see him with the Arab guys talking about investment. Come and invest in our country. Ruler received Grenada Prime Minister Mitchell of Caribbean. That is the RRK. Let me see what country is that. And you are here when we tell you, come and support the Yoruba nation. You can see him there. Are you not happy to see somebody like this? Ṣé eléyìí ò wọ̀n yín, ìwọ tó ń gbọ́ mi àti ìwọ tó ń wò mí? Ṣé irú eléyìí ò wọ̀n ẹ́ kí ìwọ náà jókòó kan rán ẹ níṣẹ́ pé you, the 44 years old, instead of still being in a face me and face you, Moki Baba Mojib Ibrahim, instead of living in that face me and face you, we send you to go and be our prime minister, our ambassador in this country. I don't know what country is RRK. Let's look at it. Ras Al Kahim, okay, United Arab Emirates, where I get Abdullah. Abdullah doesn't have a renewal visa in Dubai in the last 2 years. And I don't know how old is Abdullah. I don't know if Abdullah is with me tonight. We have many Nigerians in Dubai. We know some of them are creating nonsense there. The Igbos are creating nonsense as much as the Yoruba was creating nonsense there. Because we know that Hush Puppy was operating from there is a criminal. But today, the same age mate of yours is representing his own island to speak to the Arab country, talk about business. Why you, Oloshi, Nigerians, looking for visa, looking to come to London like me? I've been here 25 years. Then come and wash plates, wash pants. Then when you grow a little bit, then you become, senior nurse. And then you build a house in Nigeria, you can't go back. Because the place where you build a house, you now realize that there's not health care, not to talk about general hospital. The place where you build house, you thought that it would develop 20 years ago when you were building it. It has not yet developed. So you have end up staying abroad. So let's read about this young man. Because a man, he has 2 children, building his own small island of less than 150,000 people. Let's talk about it. And let me expand the interface to 150. Good morning once again. And remember to support us. Ever feed details the media we say because people ask, why do you need support? So that I don't ask money from your corrupt politician. It is legitimate. It is authentic. It's organic to support the media. Every one of you, are you not paying TV? I don't know about those of you in other places of the world, but in UK, we all pay TV license. How many of you have been watching BBC in the last 6 weeks? How many of you watch BBC? Nuruddin Ajani Busari, thank you so much. So the back-end team, let us put our details out for those that wants to support us, and it is voluntary. You don't have to support if you don't think you have to. But if you do, we appreciate. Now, let's come into the program a little bit more. Ras Al Kahim, United Arab Emirates, the H.A. Sheikh Saudi bin Saad Al-Aqsimi, the Supreme Council member and the ruler of the United Arab Emirates, received on Saturday Dick Mitchell, the Prime Minister of Grenada, who is currently visiting the UAE in his restroom in Jabba Jahiz. UAE de Dubai now. UAE de Saudi Arabia. UAE de Libya. You all know what you are doing there at 44 years old. While this one now is representing his own island, another UAE province. And for those of you that want to support, the First Bank is there. I don't own any Nigeria number. If anybody is communicating with you and says, Yomi Koiki, just run away. I don't do visa to Dubai. I don't know how to do visa to London. If you send me a message and waste time around, I've told you so many times, and I know why I'm repeating so, because many people are communicating and saying, I want to do visa. You go and give somebody 6 million, you drag my name on the social media, I will come out for you back to back for like 2 weeks. Because every day I keep saying I don't do visa. I am a journalist, activist, a father, and also an uncle. I have lived with integrity for 25 years in this country. What I'm doing today is nothing to do with terrorism. If the British like, make them watch my program. If they don't like, make them not watch. What we are talking about is the same right that the Scottish people are asking for. So if anybody say, please, I am Koiki, if you do visa, go London, and you pay 3 million, 5 million, you have done charity that you should have given me for free anyway in the first place. So bear that in mind. And I have a lot of people that will say, I repeat this almost every now and then on my program. Let's come back to this young man. You can see him there, well-dressed, articulated in his suit. And many Nigerians will never even have access to this man because he doesn't value you as a citizen. Mr. Oluwarotimi Adukemuki Mukiboba Igrama. So Taban Sofeyin, Nigeria is a backward country. Look at this young man, 44 years old. Look at them there, sitting down, talking about business, investment to their country. Let's do it. And I have a video as well that comes with it. For his part, the Prime Minister Michel affirmed his country keenness. Maybe we should look at the English dictionary of keenness because we learn a lot on this platform. So let's go and quickly look at, and I hope, and we keep saying we need a new machine so that if you can help us out, another brand new Alienware will do the job. This one is run for 2 years and it's getting tired. What is the meaning of? Keenness. Tabani. This is what the Prime Minister of Grenada is looking for. He's looking for keenness to strengthen the relationship, the cooperation with the United Arab Emirates in general and the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah in particular. He also commends the United Arab Emirates' prominent position at the regional international level. This is the kind of place we should be, not used to riding Okada and driving, kukukwe. How can we be driving kukukwe, keke nape? You enter keke nape before you get to where you are going, your clothes are dirty. And those of you that are doing big boys, you have money. Some of you will know how that money is. It's either fraudulent money. There's no genuine money in Nigeria anymore. Everybody is just, duping each other. Let's watch a bit of this video and let's see what they're saying here. And I do not own the copyright of the video. Look at them. Beautiful cars. Always love the Arabs. You see? Look at them. Nigeria did for United Arab Emirates. You see some of his followers that went with him. You see them? You see how they shake hands. Hey. Those of you on Twitter space, you can't say it, but if you're on Twitter, you can say it, or YouTube or Facebook. Look at the young man. Look at them. Shaking head. Yes, so we are here for a corporation. When are you going to bring the $30 million that you promised us before? Look at them. Look at them. Ṣé eléyìí ò wú yín lórí? Ṣé eléyìí ò wú yín lórí? You see that? You see? That's it. Just 53 seconds. It looks like it's 2 hours of the program I've been doing because you can see the ambience. You can see the articulated. Yeah, koro pe keke nape. Nigeria. I saw the other day, I think on Simon Ekpa's Twitter handle, where they use Okada carry coffee. They don't even respect the dead body. So when we are here talking, it's because we look back and say, and I have another video. Let me first find that video. Let me remove this image first. So let me bring my image first. That's Sultan of Sokoto there, you can see. So let me go my YouTube. I want to show you the same guy speaking at the CARICON. For those of you who doesn't know, somebody actually pointed me as well. CARICON are also asking for the reparation of the, reparation And I saw Obasanjo, that man, and somebody, they were all there speaking. So I've been following the event in that island in the last couple of days. Somebody sent, you can always email me if you want to. My email is info@koikimedia. Also try to visit our website, www.koikimedia.com. We need more support so that we can help the Koiki Media team. That can be all these articles that you are reading every day. We're working out on our website, on our blogs. We want to make sure that we are the one giving you the right narratives. Not Sahara sometimes is up and down. Sometimes it favors us, sometimes it doesn't favor us. So we don't know what he's doing. Even though we love Showore so much, I love him. He's my brother. And every day sends me a message anyway. So, but we want to be there on top with our own message. And if you don't help the media, that means you go and be listening to NTA. Even people, imagine Nigerians are now happy that NTA has upgraded. Ulushi people. Imagine Nigerians are now so excited that NTA has upgraded since Tinubu came in. How unbelievable they are thinking. So I want to bear with me. I'm walking behind the scene to, love Simon Ekpa. I keep watching him anyway. That was yesterday. This one was yesterday. So let me first bring that video. A lot of things I do on my YouTube, so I don't want to be showing everything. So let me just. So once again, for those of you that are watching us, let us just remind ourselves that, I think this is the one I'm looking for. So I have to fast forward it to when they called him to come and speak. Young people, 44 years old. We are here to tell you, okay, I think this is when they were calling him. So they actually launched what they call the Afrexim Bank CARICON office launch. So this was all happening, in Barbados. I think this is where they were having the event. So I want to see when they called the guy. This small island. And Nigerians now will be looking for a way to run to this island. Can you imagine? I think somebody don't give us coffee bottle. I can hear the sound. Somebody, Nigeria, yada. She's always giving. She's never tired. And we love her so much. Mrs. Comfort, Ologunja. I thought she's at work. Because all these are mothers that are working very hard. Nice shift. I want to bring a video of the man at the event. I told you this is where you listen to international. All these young men. We're almost there now. This is what they're calling. So now they're about to create. They're gonna call him now. So I have it. So let me create. Did you hear that?
General elections in 2022. He is the youngest person to become Prime Minister.
Did you hear that?
Prime Minister Mitchell is an attorney at law.
Let me bring my video in as well, and I'll mute myself.
The portfolios of finance, national security, home affairs, public administration, information, and disaster management. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Prime Minister Mitchell.
You see the guy? Look at him, 44 years old, the Prime Minister of Grenada. And you can't be a Prime Minister, you can't even be a local government. You can see, just look at his hand. This one is the tech age. Oh, sorry, I went too much. I want us to look at as he was coming into the podium, because I have to explain, because I have people that are listening, so they don't see what I'm showing.
Prime Minister Mitchell.
As he's coming, look at him there. He had one small paper and a phone. He's going to be using his phone for the presentation. Look at him. Can you see the phone there? Every phone here and the small paper. The presentation is on the phone. Let Tinubu come and operate like this. This is what we are telling you. They cannot operate like this because they are still analog. Look at the Prime Minister, 44 years old. Muki Atobi Miloma, good morning to my beautiful mother. And good morning, Muki Alaja Barua Bugo, and meeting at our setting in Montepolowe. Matilene Adura Lobijimo Fumba Baba Oloye Dr. Sunday. We love, and I think I was in a live show when Chief called this afternoon. I couldn't end the show, so I had to call him back swiftly. We love him so much. Coordinator. Nkoni Kinsari, you think I'm going to tell you what he wants, what he called me for? If you like, look, use juju. Whatever I discuss with Chief can never come into the live transmission. You think I'm just this small baby that everything we discuss, I'll bring it on the live show? That is between me and him. And I've told you, nobody can remove the love between us. If you like, go to anywhere. If you like, go and tell him Koiki is saying this. You just say, because I know some of you were doing that anyway. I don't know whether you stop now, bastard people. You think you can destroy the relationship between me, just like they want to destroy the relationship between Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. And they say Nnamdi Kanu write a letter. Which letter? Letter call letter. Bomb bastard. We thought that lawyer Jimako was a very good lawyer. I don't know that is either they're threatening him or he has collected money. Because I know Simon Ekpa finished that other bastard one called a Jofo, Oloshi Jofo. We didn't know that Aloy Jimako will just come and bring a letter and say Nnamdi Kanu wrote a letter. Oloshi. Which letter Nnamdi Kanu write? From inside the prison. We want Nnamdi Kanu in Finland, not even in Nigeria, to talk to us. Bastard people all over the place. So we're going to open the phone line at 2 o'clock. But those of you on the Twitter space, I might have to start the Twitter space from another phone. I don't know. This one's right now the chat. So that's how we say support us. We can have extra device. Because that line is what I'm going to be using to take calls. So we might end the Twitter space at 2 o'clock so that my people will call in. So let's listen to this. You can see him there with the mobile phone. His presentation is on the phone. And you will see, tó bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ̀yin máa wo inú ẹ̀. Ẹ rí pé ojú yẹn a máa lọ sórí phone yẹn. Ẹ rí pé paper kan ló kọ̀ mú dání just for a backup. These are the kind of ways we want to operate. Moki, Mr. Yomi Benson, thank you so much, sir. Remy Official, my brother, I love you so much. Oluwani 28, Mr. Lawrence, Ojo Moki, sir. Babami Jello _ for sure. And you can always disagree with me. You know, that is life. You know, God's protection. Thank you so much. But like I said, those of you on Twitter space, you will not be upset with me. I'll see if I can start it with another phone. I think I might start it with another phone and stop the Twitter live transmission on its own. Because this other phone, you know, the battery cell is gone. So let's quickly move swiftly. We have 15 minutes. I want to take calls tonight. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday. Maybe we should just, you know, let's praise and worship because, you know, we are people that love God. We love God on this platform. You know, what God cannot do does not exist. So let's do this one with Portable just to slow the tempo down a little bit. Let's watch this one for them. Thank you so much, my very beautiful sister Eunice Uchechi. Our family now. Very soon I'll be coming to that side of the world. Pastor, no one go heaven. Why you don't want go heaven? Pastor, no one go heaven again. No. Which pastor won't go heaven? Pastor, they enjoy life now. Can't say pastor can't go heaven. For where? Must to hear this. Pastor, no one go heaven. Why you don't want go heaven? Pastor, no one go heaven again. No. Pastor, no one go heaven. Let's leave that. Just thought we should just touch on that. Happy Sunday to everyone. We don't disrespect religion yet. We love religion, but we talk sense here. So let's listen to this. Prime Minister of Grenada, 44 years old. I watched this yesterday. I was just shaking my ass. 44, we did Nigeria now. Never even know what he want to do for his life. He's still dragging to become a local government chairman in all the 774 local government in Nigeria. And he must go and do juju first. He must visit all the priests, all the babalawo, all the alfa, all the church, all the mosque, just before he becomes a chairman. And all of them that they call themselves honorable, they are 419. I told you, I know one in London. They are real 419. He's in Lagos now. If I mention his name now, everybody go and check him out on Instagram. They are bastard 419. I asked him before. I said, you want to be honorable, but you're not. I asked him, why are you putting honorable on your name? You are not honorable. So you don't understand how this thing they work. That's the way it's package. You call it packaging. He said packaging. Bastard. He's in Lagos now. Each time I see him on Instagram, I just laugh. And people will think that one a correct guy. You know. I remember my family friend went to pick him. I connected him with the guy on the ground. And the Olushi guy go sit for back. And I asked my family to be driving. And I was thinking, why should I be driving you? You're meant to sit in the front. He said, packaging. I said, no. Sit in the front. It's in my packaging. So you want me to drive you all the way to, whether they're going to a court, I can't remember. You go sit down for back. Where my own family friend go drive on. I see a driver. It's in a packaging. And that's what is happening in Nigeria. Everybody they package with the country. Listen to the 44 years old Grenada Prime Minister. I don't know why the volume is low. It's not from me, it's from their side.
I think I should correct by saying I'm actually not the youngest Prime Minister at the Prime Minister of India. There was a former well-known revolutionary by the name of Boris Tinubu.
Did you hear that? He said there was a former. The thing not loud very well, sir. Mr. Fab, they're all fake lifestyle. Did you hear what the guy said? He said, I am not the youngest prime minister. There was a revolutionary. Okay, somebody don't even support us with Nike, not Nikki, Eshegonima. They've also given us, we have this something called coffee bot. I saw it from one of the journalists as well abroad. So we thought, it's easy for you guys, not guys, so that, since I don't have super chat, some of you want to give super chat, but there's no super chat. YouTube don't remove 2 videos, like Mohammed complained about. So 5 months now, they've attacked our YouTube page. And they say, no, they're not giving me that back again. So because federal government, that's why Simon Ekpa left YouTube, not because of the monetary, but they were disturbing him too much. Even when he was around, Facebook was disturbing. Anyway, did you hear what the guy said? He said, I am not the youngest, but I didn't pick the name of the guy that. And to pick about me, type it out. I don't know why he's not loud. It's not from my end, it's from their side. You see Obasanjo there with his mouth, his mama mouth. You see Obasanjo? That's what they do. All this old baggage 80-year-old man. He's traveling around, probably giving one girl to be, rubbing his stomach, even if you can't sleep with them. So thank you so much. It seems much super coffee, but it's coming through. Anyway, the guy said, I am not the youngest. There was a revolutionary before me. Let's hear that again. I hope we hear that. That's Obasanjo. They say Obasanjo. Obasanjo just enjoying life.
Excellency, Honorable
No, I want us to. I want to.
Youngest person.
Okay, this one is the youngest, but the guy said I am not the youngest.
And for me, like one of the
I want to hear where. Maurice Bishop. Let's go and look for Maurice Bishop. I picked that already. So it's more, even if you don't get it right, Maurice Bishop. So let's put Grenada. So that was a revolutionalist. So you think that it is today people have been fighting. I think this is the guy. You see? Maurice Rupert Bishop was a Grenadian. You see how we connect things together? I said it is only on koikimedia. I will connect you. I'd listen to it, but I didn't listen to the, sometimes when you're watching something, you can watch it 3 times Ketole in understanding it. So even if I don't talk about the other guy anymore now, we can talk about this Maurice Rupert Bishop. Some of you might know him, and some of us might be knowing him for the first time. I'm knowing him for the first time. So let's read about this guy and leave the other guy now. Because he has point. You see, this is the good thing about self-determination. We are not revolutionalists, but we are self-determination. But we are saying that people have been fighting for something. You must fight for something. You must be there to fight for something, especially the right thing. Don't sit back and say it doesn't concern me because they are Hausa people. Fight for it so that we go and save the Hausa people and kill all the Fulani that is destroying them. But we first secure our own territory. So let's talk about, Maurice, and then we go back to the guy, the Grenada guy. So this is Maurice. This is his images. He's a revolutionalist. So the young Grenada Prime Minister is now referencing back to another revolutionalist. Can you imagine? All reference no. He said, no, I am not the first youngest Prime Minister. There's another man will be Ogbonge one, and his name is Maurice Bishop. Even though I didn't spell the Maurice very well, but he came back with Mauric. So let's talk about Maurice. Let's go and look at his biography. And you can see him there. So, Maurice, how many people knows about this guy? Yes, always fight for the justice. Okay, was with Fidel Castro. Okay, it seems Waris Jinadu knows him. I don't know him. I'm hearing his name for the first time. How many revolutionaries you want to know around the world? Anyway, let's read about him. Maurice Rupert Bishop, 29th of May 1944. He was born. Wow. He's a Gemini. He died on the 19th of October 1983. How old was it before he died? Esaliba Mishi calculation. Eshegan Mon will comfort Ologunja. Moki Auntie Nolajire no. Moki Iyalaje. Moki Bugwe silent listeners around the world, whether you are Yoruba or not. 1944 to 1983. How many years was that? Alomo Mas. Esaliba calculated. So we know how long he lived on the earth before he died. Because it's not how long like Obasanjo that is still destroying Yoruba people say, I love Nigeria. Because he's enjoying his life now. You can see Obasanjo with his big mouth there. How much? I'm looking at the comment section. Nobody's putting anything out there. 1944. All right. Should I go and look at my calculator since nobody's helping us out there? 1944 to 1983. How old is that? Amodumelo Seems everybody they sleep on this program. Maybe people don't tire, so maybe they will go sleep. So he died almost the same age like the other guy that we talked about, 39 years old. So he died. Even Thomas Sankara was not 39. Thomas Sankara was killed at 38. So you imagine us, we are 44, we are 50. And Olori Buruku, somebody will tell you at 60 years old, Nigeria goes still better. When people were dying at 39 years old and they were still being remembered by another 44 years old yesterday. Can you imagine? Do you know that the reason why we are talking about this guy now is because the Prime Minister of Grenada referenced back to him. Eshegoni Eniolonda, Dizzy Man 123. Thank you so much. So this Maurice Bishop died at the age of 39. So when we are already 40 plus, and we don't pray to die, we are not going to die. We will survive and make history. These are people that have made history, because if he never make history, how do you think this guy would be mentioning his name? Because he actually mentioned his name. That's how we went to search for him. This Prime Minister now today reference back to Maurice Bishop. Maurice Bishop was born on the 29th of May 1944. He died on the 19th of October 1983. He was a Grenadian revolutionary and the leader of the New Jewel movement, a Marxist-Leninist party which sought to prioritize social economic development, education, black liberation, that came to power during the 13th of March 1979 revolution that removed Eric Gary. Sir Eric, when they give them Sir, you know that they performed bad because we know the way they gave Lord Lugard is because he performed bad. Not bad to the government of the empire, but bad to me and you. So anytime you see people give Sir, that means they don't create problem. They be Oyibo people who don't create wahala. So when you hear the word Sir Eric Matthew Gary PC was the first prime minister of Grenada. So during that time, this Morris was not happy with this guy. So he was the first prime minister of Grenada, serving from his country's independence in 1974 until he's overthrown in a coup by Maurice Bishop in 1979. So this guy actually overthrown the government. Wow. You can see things that we don't know. That's why I say it is called koikimedia, bringing the... Imagine if the person that sent this to me and say, Yoruba, yeah, I can't watch everything. But sometimes when you guys send it, sometimes reference how many minutes you want me to watch. Because I don't have the time. But when I sit on my bed, I just go on my YouTube. And now we've learned something about a new person called Maurice Rupert Bishop. 39 years old, he died. But today, a prime minister remembers him. Thank you so much, Alan Conde. So let's quickly read a bit of the background more. I won't go a little bit much back. I'll just go straight forward. That came to power during the 13th of March 1979 revolution. Many Nigerians today, they are not ready. That's why Showore continue to get angry. Because he's asking, are these people dumb? You don't want to die? You don't want to... I don't know. Anyway, on the 13th of March 1979, revolution that removed Eric Gary from office. Somebody's also giving us money. That's my beautiful mother. My mommy too, they spend money. Thank you so much. I love you. March 1979 revolution that removed Eric Gary from office. Bishop headed the People's Revolutionary Government of Grenada from 1979 to 1983. So he was the youngest when he was dismissed from his post and executed during the coup by Bernard Code, leading to Upville. Early life. Maurice Rupert Bishop was born on the 29th of May 1949 on the island of Aruba, then a colony of the Netherlands, as part of the territory of Curaçao. His parents, Rupert and Alimanta Bishop, came from the northeast of Grenada, where his father earned only 5 British pence per day. At the end of 1930, to improve his financial position, he moved to work in the oil refinery on Aruba with his wife Alimanta. Until the age of 6, Maurice was raised in Aruba with 2 other sisters, Anna and Maureen. In 1950, his father took the family back to Grenada and opened a small retail shop in the capital, St. George. Maurice was sent to study at the Wesleyan Elementary School, but after a year, Maurice was transferred to a Roman Catholic. So I don't have to go into all the details. This, again, political career education. The group activities ended 9 months later when Bishop and other assembly leaders left to study at the university in Europe and the United States. In December 1963, the 19-year-old Maurice arrived in London to study law at the University of London, and Code traveled to the US to study economics at the Brandeis University in London. Bishop Maurice received a Bachelor of Degree, just like we saw our own. So when people are saying that, why you guys come back home, let us fight it together. No, we must first fight it from outside, and then at some point we will come back home. So if you want to read more about this guy, you can also go and do that to educate yourself. But Grenada Bloody Sunday, on the 18th of November 1973, Bishop, which is also known as Maurice, and other leaders of the New Jewel movement were driven in 2 cars from Georgia to Grenville, where they were met with a businessman of the city. Security forces under Assistant Chief Constable Innocent Blermer overtook Bishop's motorcade. 9 people were captured, arrested, and beaten by the government. In the prison, they shaved their beards, revealing Bishop's broken jaw. This event became known in Grenada as Bloody Sunday. Bloody Monday, Bishop joined a mass demonstration against the Grenadian Premier Eric Gray on the 21st of January 1934. As Bishop Group returned to Ottawa House, they were pelted with stones and bottles by Gray's supporters. That means there will always be people that will be obstacle to what you are doing. It has always been happening. It is still happening today. People will be obstacle. They will say, we don't want Biafra. We don't want Yoruba nation. It has always been like that. So I've given you a background of this individual. Independence Day on the 6th of February 1974, the day before the proclamation of the Independent Day of Grenada, Bishop was arrested on charges of plotting an armed anti-government conspiracy, just like they kidnapped Showore, and taken to the Fort George prison. Police say that while searching his house, they found weapons. Guys, just like they say to IGBOHO, we found weapons, but they took away our own camera in the house. Bomb bastard. So what eventually happened the day after Independence Day on the 8th of February 1974, Bishop was released on bail and soon after went to the United States. On the 29th March 1974, he participated in a meeting of the Regional Steering Committee of the Pan-African Congress in Guyana. He also continued his law practice in October 1974, defending Desmond, Trott, and Lloyd, who were accused of murdering an American tourist. In October 1975, he spoke at a seminar of a fascism, a Caribbean reality organized by the Oil Field Workers Trade Union in Trinidad and represented the Nutmeg Board and blah, blah, blah. Leader of the opposition in 1976, he was elected to represent them. So you can see how it started and how it all ended for him. Arrested and execution. In 1983, dispute among the party leadership occurred, then military junta group. Within the party, tried to make Bishop. Thank you so much. There's another person. Yamidada Olashade Ojo, Eshegonima, Ebanki Grammar. So eventually he was killed anyway. So but we give thanks that today somebody is still remembering, which is the new prime minister. So if you can read more about it, I'm going to do more program about this particular person. We've learned something today. We pray for his soul as we pray for so many individuals that have been killed. Those that are asking for the right to self-determination. It's not easy. We will survive this and we will be here to say our own story. Nobody will say our story lẹ́yìn wa. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa sọ ìtàn wa lẹ́yìn wa. Àwa la máa sọ fúnra wa lágbára Ọlọ́run. So let's now listen to, the audio is very low. Emma manage me and I'll keep quiet while he's speaking. And this is now the Prime Minister of Grenada referencing back to Maurice as the youngest Prime Minister of Grenada before him.
Was in fact younger than me by an entire decade when he became the Prime Minister of Grenada. He was only about 20 years old at that. So subjectively, I may look like the youngest Prime Minister of Grenada. Excellency, Honorable Mia Moon, Prime Minister of Barbados, and committee like one of the most distinguished leaders of KABIRU, but of the world. Thank you for inviting us and thank you for hosting us. Colleague Prime Ministers, the great Comrade Gonzalez, listening, my brothers, looks and we have to disappoint them, right? Nothing to this than really, perhaps on the continent of Africa. Prime Minister Philip Bear of Niger, Your Excellency Wasanjo, former President of the Republic of Nigeria, Sir Rodin Osuma, CEO of KABIRU Development Fund, and His Excellency from Kilimini, Secretary General of ASIC. Your remarks were inspiring, and I see that people concrete steps to bridge the divide, the diaspora, and the continent.
You can see he's adjusting his phone.
Gentlemen, think honor present this afternoon. This afternoon, we are witnessing the convergence, dynamic continent of Africa and Caribbean. Bless, strength, and resources. As we stand at this juncture, we cannot overlook or underemphasize, or overemphasize rather, the historic moment that we are witnessing. Centuries ago, our ancestors were bound together for a painful history of transatlantic. But today, we come together with a renewed sense of purpose and unity, ready to forge a new path towards progress and prosperity on our own terms, not on the terms of others. It is therefore my privilege to join my fellow heads of governments
Can you see Obasanjo watch?
from the African export import.
I don't want to play too much of the video because it doesn't belong to me. I don't own the copyright, and I don't know how, sometimes, because this video was only yesterday, so it's still fresh, so we cannot use it. So, but I can share the link and Tubafilo enjoy. You can see Obasanjo there sitting, Obasanjo is 44 years older than this guy, according to somebody there telling me. That Koiki Obasanjo is looking at the guy, Obasanjo age minus this guy, Obasanjo is still 44 years old. Can you imagine? And Nigerians will not, you think Shewon Kimbaloyi will be telling you about all this one? They're going to tell you. Mokiba Babakunde Shita. You see why we are here every day and night. Tokyo, 78. Dem Tayo. Thank you so much, Mr. Yawa Fatima Mustafa. Olagiri, thank you so much on Instagram. Should we open the phone line just for 1 hour, or should we start? You can see why we out there day and night trying to open your skull. Look at Obasanjo there. Let's see. Let's go and look at Obasanjo. Let's go back and look at Obasanjo there. Obasanjo in a minute. Look at Obasanjo. Can you see him there? Let's come back a little bit. Oh yeah, the one there. That's already Obasanjo there.
From the African
I'm going to pause it when I say Obasanjo now. So, is it Obasanjo that is... This is what they just want to be relevant.
That signifies strengthening of the time in Africa and time.
You can see that's about... I don't know, why is it not ahead? So Obasanjo there. You see Obasanjo? And so Obasanjo just laughing his head out. Obasanjo not sorry, but I'm going to do a presentation about us in this same event. Obasanjo spoke as well, but we'll do a presentation on that later. You keep your head, that's Obasanjo there, yeah. You can see him there. OBJ, the real monster. I just pity my people, I wish that you don't see us as the enemies. See us as people that wants to liberate not ourselves, but the future generation. Imagine the Grenada Prime Minister is still appreciating a revolutionarist or revolutionary guy. Moki, the family on the ground in Lagos. Olabandoti Buboyin, Okugen, Akoroju, Lotun Losi. Olamu gbogbo asibiti ni àjòyàn tètè àjòbó ṣe yẹ lọ. So mo dúpẹ́ fáyín tẹ́ fún wa ní coffee but AAA, thank you so much. If you want us to open the phone line, let me know. So I will bring down the Twitter space, like I did say, and I will take calls. So when I watched this video, I was just shaking my head. I didn't even know that he talked about another young, this man, Morris. Morris didn't survive 40 years old, just like Thomas Sankara never survived. Thomas Sankara was killed just before the next OAU. And I think that's Fidel Castro there with Morris, commemorating the revolution in Grenada 40 years ago. Can you imagine? So people have been fighting. You can see there, Fidel Castro looking over a document with Morris Bishop in Havana, Cubana in 1981. Thank you so much, Omobolaji Abdullah. Koiki, are we still going to war by Jagaban? I don't think Jagaban would like to go to war, but Yoruba. I don't think so. I don't think Jagaban wants to go to war. He's scared now. You can see people, this was 40 years ago. This was 2019. They were celebrating 40 years commemorating the revolution in Grenada 40 years ago. And that's the picture of Fidel Castro and Morris Bishop in Cuba. And today, this man say OBJ should have retired years ago because we're talking here about modern political economy fit for the 21st century, new era. OBJ hasn't anything else to offer that is revolutionary. The future is the youth. Mokimomi Walen Consigrama Bishop Mokina Mokia Comfort Ologunja Quadroti Moki Bubain Momi wa no lot to say ni Bubu Bitebawa. Thank you so much to Augustine and the rest of you on the Twitter space. So let's see. I'm going to start the Twitter space from another phone, but let's end this because we're going to take calls like I did promise our listeners. So bear with me. Sorry, our Twitter listeners. I might start it from another phone. If not, just join us on the other platform. We love you so much. Thank you so much. So that is on the Twitter space. We've ended it. And now let's take calls as I did promise. It's a Saturday. At least if it's about a good day, a few seconds. On she back up lower. On back up every 2 o'clock. Twitter seems to back up. So let me I can still live. I'll leave my video on Twitter because I'm still live on the Twitter anyway. A few seconds, Kofi back up though. So let's come back to the I don't know what the youth want. I am in my 40 plus as well. About Mbwawa, we understand. But your life is not making anything. Moki, Yawa, Moji, Shola, Uboini, Mofito, Waki. Moki, Oba, family, Menile. So, for a few minutes, the phone, if you back up, lower the Twitter. Let's see if I can pick it while it's still backing up. Okay, then go pick. Because I can use speaker me daddy. Any sure then we get it back and speaker and will automatically pick what's here. Because backup here alone override because I can go all the speaker. I'm going there. Any sure then we'll be my one story speaker. If not, position is up with 4%. Let me take it off. Oh, no, sorry, speaker. Hello? Hello? Yeah, Koti PM speaker. They could was sorry because phone and back up. For many few seconds, I drop after a few more seconds. But if she back up your tongue. I just back up your tongue. A drop in the next 1 minute. 40-50%. So I call him worry. Weekend lower. Sonki Muriembe Dare in Koiki. ẹ ṣe sùúrù gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ fẹ́ pè ẹ ṣe sùúrù ẹ kí fóònù yẹn ti fẹ́ back up tán àti wà ní 73. so ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nílé tí a bá ń sọ fún yín ó máa ń dàbí ìgbà tẹ́ pé Koiki wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ní ká máa bóyín mọ́ èmi ò dẹ̀ bọ́ anybody mọ́ báyìí ìgbà tẹ́ ní strength láti máa bóyín mọ́ báyìí ti bóyín títí ẹ̀ kúkú gbọ́ náà ni àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ti ní pé Koiki yé bú wọn mọ́ ẹ ṣe sùúrù kù mo rí bishop náà tó fi pè látẹ̀kọ́ àtẹ̀fún bishop láyé torí pé iná fóònù bishop ti lè máa lọ sílẹ̀ báyìí ṣùgbọ́n mi lamẹ́ríkà ẹ̀yìn níná a ti wà ní 92%. So while we are doing that kákọ̀ṣe máa gbẹ́lẹ̀ lọ díẹ̀ nù bọ̀. Alright, so now ó ti padà wá so ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ pe bishop. Let it show now. Àwọn ará ilé mi máa complain. Bóyá bishop mo ti ń pè yín o. Kàn lọ ní calling mi. Ọkàn ti rìn. Ṣé mi ò mọ táwọn èèyàn wá fẹ́ o? Tí bá ní mo mìíràn mo pa mo mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ o. Àṣé kò dọ́dọ̀ bishop mi. Bóyá bishop ẹ gbóhùn sókè. A fún yín ní priority torí iná fóònù ilé ti máa lọ́lẹ̀ báyìí.
Okay. No, iná ti ẹ̀ wà.
Adúpẹ́ fọlọ́run. Ó yẹ bá a sọ̀rọ̀. Àgbọ̀n yín.
Yeah, I want to go a bit spiritual tonight.
No problem.
I want to speak from religious and the technicality of it, the part relating it, which is the reality on ground now.
Okay.
Ṣé bá rántí ìgbà kan tí a ṣe prógrámù lórí.
Ó dà pé tún gbọ́ kankan ní background bishop àbí mi ni.
Yeah, mo ti mute it's your program. I just mute it. Yeah. I should program lórí I think it was my birthday time, yes. September last year. Then I remember we talk of Revelation chapter 11. I was analyzing the event of the independence of Yoruba nation. And your question is that is it possible that we may deliberately because in the analysis in the book of Revelation chapter 11 it talks about that war broke out. War broke out. And what people are afraid of is let us dodge this war. Let this war not happen. But it is part of the program of God. The war must happen. And it doesn't matter how we try to dodge it. That is the way out. Because the red dragon, which is Britain, Great Britain, maybe I will reiterate it. He said, a sign appeared in heaven. That sign has appeared in the past in 2017. That was when the sign appeared. That is 3 years after the expiration of the bound. So God always programs everything in the astronomy, celestial, this thing, to communicate to human beings. And it is after 2017 that many of us are waking up. And 2019, agitation for self-determination started. Because it is a time, it is a season. So it is heaven that controls what happens on earth. Whatever happened on earth has been demonstrated in heaven. Either we recognize it, we know it or not. God has programmed it. All those celestial bodies are demonstrating what we replicate on earth. So as we are on earth, we are the handwork of God. It's like cartoon on the television, and people, your children are controlling it. You know, they are operating it. Before the cartoon will do anything, you would have tackle it among yourself first and say, what you want, and you operate it, and that one in the system will now go there. You know, so God has programmed, and we have already won. in the astronomy. We won in the astronomy. They failed in the astronomy. But the war broke out. Then we shouldn't fear the war. We shouldn't.
Okay.
And in the analysis there, it said that it is those part of us who did not obey or listen to us that will suffer it. It said it there. When they fail, they go after those ones that are traitors, that are supporting them, and all are punished, and all are puriko. The analysis is clear there. But people should stop fearing this war thing. People should stop fearing it. So far we dodge it now and say we are not fighting the war. Now, kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀ sí kọ́ọ̀dù tí wàá fọwọ́ rẹ̀ lọ gbé wọ̀ wá. Ibo lẹ fẹ́ sá lọ báyìí? Kọ́ọ̀lù fúnra rẹ̀ ló lọ pé ogun náà. Ibo wà lẹ fẹ́ sá lọ? The war will happen for us to sleep. And it's not necessary that we are the ones to fight the war. No. It's not necessary. So, but I discussed with Baba today, and Baba told me something. So there is no problem. At Urawa and Odigba. Now, either Kolu now don't want to go and fight in again now, or Kolu still go ahead to fight again. The war has started. From the time frame Kolu give the thing, the war has started. Because Russia have already come down with 8 deaths for Mali to defend Burkina Faso and Niger, and 2 helicopters to neutralize all Nigerian and ECOWAS militia coming. Kí ni wọ́n ní àwọn tó lè bá Boko Haram jà? Amẹ́ríkà fún wọn ní 3 Tucano, Boko Haram gba 1 out of it lọ́wọ́ wọn. Táwọn yẹn náà fẹ́ lọ bá rọ́ọ̀t àbí look at it. Ṣọ́rọ̀ pé àwọn Lekki tó gate ló bá fà á ni. So the issue is that ìwà ibi tó ti ń ṣe fún ọmọ Nàìjíríà oppression yẹn ẹ mọ̀ pé tẹ́lẹ̀ kó bá ti ń ṣe ìwà tí ò da tó ń ṣe ìwà tí ò da tí ò rẹ ní bá wí ìgbà tó máa lọ ṣe níta tó máa tẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nímọ̀ a rò pé bóun ṣe ń ṣe nílé ni so nígbà tó sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kò mọ ẹ̀mí tó gbé wọ̀ tó lanu tó fi sọ ó threaten a sovereign state, a sovereign independent state of his own ó threaten wọn now ó ti sọ àwọn ẹni gbáradì wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ wípé àwọn retí ogun ẹ̀ ó wà ní ìjagun yẹn mọ́ àwọn máa gbógun yẹn wá that's it wọ́n máa gbógun yẹn wá so tó bá tẹ̀ lóhùn òjagun yẹn ogun yẹn máa bọ̀ tó àdúrà wa ti gbà so either the House of Assembly approve it should go and èmi tẹ̀ mọ̀ Bálágídí ní Tinubu ó máa lọ ó máa ṣe ó lè máa bẹ tó bá táwọn èèyàn bá kọ́rọ̀ sí lórí pé kó má ṣe ó lè máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ exactly but ó ti fún wọn ní go ahead àwọn tó máa tako sí wà nínú àwọn sójà ẹ̀ tó máa ní ẹ̀ máa ibi bọ́jà ẹ̀ tó ní kọ́ lọ dúró sí ẹ̀mí ìjà náà ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ but tó bá wá tún ní kọ́ go ahead fine ó fi yá ni. So it must be but in the analysis Great Britain and the Western world fall we overcame so there is nothing to fear about so ọwọ́ ara wọn náà ní so àwọn tó ń pariwo pé àwọn tó ń ṣe Yorùbá ní ìjọba fẹ́ kó fún wọlé Ìgbòho fẹ́ kó fún wọlé àwọn fẹ́ kọ́ kò fún ọbẹ̀ wọn now àwọn tó lọ àwọn lọ́balọ́ba tó fẹ́ kọ́ kò àwọn tó ẹni tó dìbò fún náà wọ́n ní ọmọ wa ní ẹjọ́ ṣe òun ló lọ́gbọ́n jù òun ló lọ kókó wá fún wọn náà tó fẹ́ sá lọ lórí oyè ìsìn because I told you the revelation I had àwọn eléyìí máa wọlé síbí tán wọ́n wọlé síbí artillery wọn ó high wọ́n wọlé síbí tán kò àwọn tó let me keep quiet but I see that I remember when I was studying this book in Genesis Abraham nígbà tó lọ́n fẹ́ lọ destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Now Abraham ó wà ní iwájú ilé ẹ̀ and he saw 3 men passing. Àwọn èèyàn mẹ́ta tó ń kọjá yẹn àwọn alálẹ̀ ni wọ́n ṣèyàn lásán. wọ́n lọ sí Sódómù and Gòmórà láti lọ pa àwọn ọ̀run. Ìkan nínú àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn olórí alálẹ̀ is the Lord himself. Àwọn méjì wọ́n jẹ́ supporter. Now, but gẹ́gẹ́ bí àṣà àwọn bàbá wa látijọ́, wọ́n máa ń gba àlejò. Ẹ̀yin náà mọ̀ àwọn Yorùbá àwọn Yorùbá lè gbé bẹ́ẹ̀dì ẹlẹ́ẹ̀bá lè fi kó sòdì kó oṣù lẹ́lẹ̀. A máa ń ṣe àlejò. And our fathers are not foolish by doing that. When they do that, they gain favor in the presence of those àlejò. And at the same time, they use the opportunity to investigate that àlejò. Maybe it comes for evil or good, and so that they may be excluded or favored. That's the purpose. So, and some of them wọ́n máa ń rí oore gbà láti bẹ̀ látàrí àtijọ́. So when Abraham saw these 3 men passing, he knew they are coming from far distance. So only he welcomed them. Ó jẹ́ kán rẹ̀ ilé ẹ̀. Ó sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ kó lọ ṣe oúnjẹ kó lọ pa àdìsán náà àwọn àgbòkó ṣe oúnjẹ fún wọn. And nígbà táwọn alálẹ̀ mẹ́ta tí wọ́n jẹun tán dé. Some people think that spirits they don't have what. That's what Jesus Christ told man is someone's alive, someone's alive. Someone actually became more putting ìgbàgbọ́ ju gbogbo wọn lọ after that. Because he's the one that took God to India. Ó sọ odidi ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní India. That is how the Indians received the message he brought. And nǹkan tó gbé fún wọn ní India náà ṣe dì ní eléyìí. So, ó ṣe ní láàánú pé àwọn nígbò gangan kọ́ ló wá bá wa. Àwọn tó nígbàgbọ́, àwọn àtúrọ̀tà ìdílùbọ̀ tó nígbàgbọ́ nínú the same message náà wá pé kìíní bá wa. But the truth are now coming out. But what I'm trying to say is that after entertaining them to show hospitality, he began to inquire from them. Wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí open up. And Bible said, and the Lord said to Abraham, where is your wife? That's how he knew. Àwọn alálẹ̀ lélẹ̀ wọn ṣe èèyàn lásán. The Lord, for initially, ó ní àwọn èèyàn mẹ́ta. Because that's what he saw, 3 men. When he get closer to them, entertain them, creating relationship with them, he got to know pé àwọn eléyìí ó ṣe èèyàn lájà alálẹ̀ làwọn eléyìí. So that was when he began to negotiate with ibi tẹ́ ẹ lọ Sódómù and Gòmórà ilẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ ṣe ó ṣàlàyé fún ó ní pé wọ́n ti máa ń gbé ìròyìn wá sókè nípa Sódómù and Gòmórà nípa evil tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Ó ní for the last time ó ní I come down myself to investigate and confirm the truth before judgment. That is God. Ẹ̀là látọ̀run wá nìyẹn o, ìránṣẹ́ Elédùmarè nìyẹn o, kó tó di kó ṣèdájọ́ wá confirm. That's when Abraham na say, àbúrò ìyàwó mi wà ń bẹ̀ Lord. Ṣé to be now began to negotiate? Ṣé tó bá ró lòtítọ́ 10 níbẹ̀ tí ò ní destroy ibẹ̀? Ó ní tó bá ró lòtítọ́ 5, tó bá ró lòtítọ́ till the last point tó sọ pé ṣé tó bá ró lòtítọ́ ẹyọ kan tó ní destroy ibẹ̀? Ó ní tí máa rẹ́yọ̀ kan bẹ̀ mọ́ ò ní destroy ibẹ̀. Ìyẹn ṣò pé ara lọ́ọ̀tì gan ò mọ́ because they still went and destroyed the place. But for the sake of Abraham, wọ́n rescue àwọn lord. Wọ́n ní ẹ kúrò bẹ̀. That is what IGBOHO is doing. Wípé wá wọkọ̀ ọdún àì. Bàbá Akíntóyè is doing. Wípé follow Yorùbá nation. Àwọn tó gbọ́rọ̀ sí Yorùbá nation lẹ́nu. Because there are instructions that will be coming out. Tí Kọ́lú bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àtàkì ẹ̀. Part of the instruction is then lọ gbówó yín pamọ́ sí Yoruba. Another instruction will be coming out where you should stay. Àwọn yìí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kí wọ́n stay at home. Wọ́n ti sọ báwo èèyàn stay at home. Ìwọ́n tó bá ń rìn síbi tó yẹ kó rìn sí. So pé Nàìjíríà is open for everybody. Ṣòwò Trump á bá ẹ̀ níbi tí ò yẹ kó bá ẹ̀. Fún ìwọ́n tó ti mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà is not a country. Nàìjíríà is in trouble. Yorùbá nation la fẹ́ wàá ti gbọ́. Ibi tó yẹ kó ti gbọ́, àtúmọ̀ ibi tó yẹ kó rìn tiwa ti mọ ìjọ́nà tó yẹ kó jáde, ìjọ́ tí ò yẹ kó jáde. That is what we are talking about. So àwọn tó ń follow yìí tọ́jọ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà náà ni Nàìjíríà máa fi rúbọ. But what finally, before I round up, is that God actually confirmed the evil of Nigeria when Nigeria leadership slaughter its citizens at Lekki Toll Gate, October 20th, 2020. And God recorded it. This is the peak of it. Are you getting me? You see, all the people in the seats of government of Nigeria, the military of Nigeria, the armed forces, the police, and every one of them that support killing with Nigerian flag, singing Nigerian national anthem, Nigerian soldiers that have responsibility to protect them, kill them. You see, all of them will die like those people. So, nígbà tí agbára ò sí lọ́wọ́ wa láti ṣèdájọ́ wọn ẹ má wọrí Ọlọ́run ló ní ìdájọ́ òun ló ṣe fà wọ́n lé kọ́ọ́lù lọ́wọ́ tó máa wá pé ogun fún wọn ó wá rán wọn níṣẹ́ ikú. That's how God works. So nísìnyí o ájà kò wá ní kọ́ lọ mọ́ o àbí kí ní ikú ìyẹn máa wọlé wá táwọn nítorí wọ́n tẹ̀ ti gba láísẹ̀nsì fún ọ̀rẹ́ bí ó ti fún ọ ní ọ̀dà. That's why House of Assembly was angry. If you look at follow the readings in the House of Assembly, I'm not talking about Senate. Yeah. No. Senate was angry. House of Assembly is angry between the two. Senate was angry that who did he consult first before giving the order that it will march to the border of Tukutu? Because no, they are not. But that doesn't stop the march again. So the Berenier, I won't go to my party.
Èyí
tó bá padà ṣèbọn ń lọ sẹ́ common gbígbà ẹ̀ kò tí ì tó padà wá labour common Liberia wọ́n finish gbogbo wọn common Liberia finish gbogbo ẹ̀ common.
We hope sense will be played into it. Bishop.
Let me give chance for other people. So I just know that the punishment of God is this guy for them and this will pave the way for achievement of our self-determination. That's it. Thank you very much.
Well, mo kí gbogbo wa ní ibi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. As we take the next caller, let's say good morning once again. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè, bàbá wa.
Ẹ kálẹ́ bro sweet.
Ẹ kálẹ́ sà.
Bad, mo fẹ́ ká ja ogun yẹn. No. Oh God. Call on my
Mokiyawa Bolade Shomadeni just saying something on YouTube saying that it will be cool on the wall that Nigeria. Okay. I'm not like where. But again, Mama Bear transmitted and said, I'm not about to say.
So, catalyst no máa jẹ́ fún àwọn tó fẹ́ lọ. Catalyst ní fáwọn Biafra, catalyst ní fún Yorùbá nation. Because Nigeria ti divide, tẹ́lẹ̀ already. Ẹ mọ̀ pa ní internal problem.
More than 1,000
You have your personal problem. Hello, sir.
Mo ń gbádùn yín.
Mo ń gba àdúrà níjọ́ tó ti kí ọ̀dà ẹ̀ pé kó kú yẹn kó sàjà ogun yẹn mo ń fẹ́. Because easily làwọn ọ̀tá yẹn máa wọlé sínú ọ̀dọ̀ wa síbẹ̀ jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa jẹ́ ìbò sílẹ̀ ní kókó kálukú máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Tó máa pè wá nìyẹn. Kò dẹ̀ lè pè àwọn Haúsá yẹn ẹ̀mọ̀ fáwọn Haúsá yẹn ni wọ́n fara pẹ́ nìjẹ́ ìdíkù wàhálà ti fẹ́ tẹ̀lé. Àwọn náà máa jẹ gbogbo bàbá ńlá ìyá yẹn tó máa jẹ́ ìjà tó máa jẹ Nàìjíríà yẹn ọ̀dọ̀ wọn ló ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn tó kótó yẹn. Ẹ̀mọ̀ fáwọn ni wọ́n fara sí nìjẹ́.
Àwọn ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
So tí nǹkan bá tẹ̀ máa jẹ pẹ́pẹ̀pẹ́ tó yà yẹn everybody tó túká ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ni àbọ̀tàwọn tí ọwọ́ ìyá máa tún dáadáa làwọn Haúsá yẹn ní lókè ọ̀yà. Nífẹ̀ẹ́ ká ja ogun yẹn ló máa dáa ó ní bọ́ọ̀lù ọ̀sẹ̀ máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ ó lè jọ́ náà tọ́lọ̀ fẹ́ gbàdúrà àwọn èèyàn lẹ̀ ní God bless you ẹ̀jẹ̀ dúró báyìí.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí we have just about half an hour àgbétò ẹ̀ wá sílẹ̀ so tá a bá ṣe ìdáhùn tó fi bá wa dá sí whether you are for the war or not ṣé kí ogun yẹn kó wáyé àbí kó má wáyé ṣé kí mọ́ negotiation máa lọ. These are all the teams that Bola Tinubu has put together. before the war, the new security chiefs from the NSA to the IG to the Navy to the Custom to the Chief of Staff and the Chief of Defense and the other ones as well. Plus 44 74 044 05917. Atishi almost close to our chat more than 3 hours, right? But to try you. 3 hours on the dot. I think we've done enough. Ejeka call a night so that Kale Pada Kale She Sunday broadcast. The same topic, the same conversation. Moki Bubu Alen Konsi, opinions will be divided in life. There's no doubt about it. Some think Nigeria can still be rescued, while some say it cannot be rescued. So regardless of our take, regardless of our views, let me... Oh, thank you so much. Àwọn ọmọ wa náà ti bá wa kọ article lórí Morris Bishop. So that article will be out there for us to go and read. I'm a poster sórí Twitter tí ó bá ti dé nínú koikimedia group kìíní wa. So táwọn tí mo ti operate. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Kunle Bakers, Ọlọ́run ìyá mi Abe, gbogbo yín káàkiri different part of the world. My name is OLAMILEKAN. It's been a very interesting Sunday. Okay, I think there's a call coming through. I got a call to Team Bob. I got a subway to the Atifemado. So you can buy the next caller. Hello, caller.
Hello, sir.
How are you, sir?
Yes, sir. Ọlọ́run wa lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run àgbà Yorùbá ní ìṣẹ̀fún wa o.
Amen.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí last caller kan sọ̀rọ̀. Nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ àgbọ̀nrín tó sópa ni ìdùnnú ọlọ́dẹ ni. Kò sí gbogbo ọ̀nà tó bá gbà ọ̀nà tí Yorùbá tọ́lọ̀ ti là fún wa pé àwa kọ́ la máa jagun. Àwọn ló máa fà á bá ti máa lọ. Ọ̀nà yẹn ni Ọlọ́run ti là sílẹ̀ yẹn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí last caller tó sọ̀rọ̀ tó ti parí ọ̀rọ̀ àti bishop tó ti ṣàlàyé ọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé ẹ rí i pé àwa ò dáǹsì àwọn olólọ ọwọ́ ara wọn àwọn ní
kọ̀tàwé fi jà.
Àjà àwọn ní oṣù. Àwọn ní nǹkan tó náà ti pèsè sílẹ̀ pé ó máa láìbírèkì wa. Orí gbogbo ilé rẹ̀ ẹ ti pín. Torí ìsìn àwọn sójà tí ó fẹ́ lọ jà ń sìn. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wo àwọn ọmọ náà tì ní. Wọ́n dèrè sọ́pọ́ọ̀tì torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn dè ní ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ wọn ibi ìjẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ kó wọn pamọ́ sí tí wọ́n wá fẹ́ lọ kojú ìjà sí nìjẹ́ ni ẹ̀jí ká wò ó. Àwọn sẹ́nẹ̀tì yẹn náà máa ń píìtì bàbá yìí gbé yìí pé ó lọ ṣe nǹkan àgéǹtì wíìtì wọn. Wọ́n máa ń píìtì ẹ̀ ní impeachment ló ń bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ torí kò ní lè jagun. Àwọn tó lè gbógun dé bọ́dà wọ́n á lè tọ́jà torí pé ẹni sọ pé ẹgbẹ́ jagun àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ti múra sílẹ̀ wọ́n á lè wọ́n kọ́ tọ́jà tó ìjọba ti lè tọ́jà.
Wọ́n tẹ̀ sọ pé ní bọ́dà ibẹ̀ ti hot díẹ̀díẹ̀ bọ́dà tó wà peaceful tẹ́lẹ̀ between àwọn méjèèjì ó ti mo ka news kan lórí Twitter ibẹ̀ tension ti wà ní bọ́dà line sí.
In the next few days tí wọ́n bá já ọ̀tọ́ bá já àwọn house náà àwọn senate yẹn máa ń píkẹ́ ni torí ẹjẹ́ ká wo àwọn north yẹn ló pọ̀ ní house yẹn tó ń pa Igbo àti Yorùbá pọ̀ àlèwé ni wọn ní house àwọn ló pọ̀ jù ń bẹ̀ tó Ọlọ́run wa lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ṣàánú fún wa.
Tọ́ba lọ ìpíjẹ Ṣètìmá ló máa di president ní àbíbá o.
Ṣé bí nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣètò sílẹ̀ gangan nìyẹn? Nǹkan tó ń ṣètò sílẹ̀ gangan nìyẹn Boko Haram kò jẹ́ president látẹ̀ ní Ṣètìmá. Nǹkan tó ń ṣètò sílẹ̀ gangan nìyẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ó. Òbí tá ń sọ yìí tóbi náà bá wọlé ó máa ìtújẹ ni dátì ló máa wọlé. Tó gbogbo ọ̀nà náà ti gbé Haúsá wọn Fúlàní sílẹ̀ pé àwọn ló máa rú yìí. Kò sí jókàtà ẹ̀ta gbogbo ọ̀nà àwọn ló fẹ́ rú yìí. So ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbìdí tó ṣe ká fún wa àwa Yorùbá káyọ̀dé kúrò nínú ìjàgbáyásìkì tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìlú yẹn nìyẹn. torí ìlú yẹn ṣe ó ti di yánpọnyán ni ọmọ ti dàpọ̀ ní wọ́ọ̀dù kọ́ kálukú máa wá tẹ̀ káàkiri ni. Ọlọ́run wa lọ́kọ̀ ọ̀gá mi ẹ máa tẹ̀síwájú.
Thank you so much.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n káwọn mi láàyè. Yes sir.
Mo wá kí gbogbo wa mo rí pé mo rí orí Tinubu látẹ̀ǹkan lórí tèmi rẹ̀ ló ń kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ orí bàbá Bọ́lá náà Tinubu nìyẹn. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ nawọ́ sí wa, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ comment, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ gbọ́ live àtẹ̀yin tí ẹ máa tún gbọ́, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń dúró tì wá jẹ́ kí gbogbo aká lọ fẹ̀gbẹ́ lílẹ̀ kí a lè ní energy. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti bá mi draft kìíní yẹn so Maurice Bishop self-determination legacy so ó ti wà lórí koikimedia blog ẹ jẹ́ ká post ẹ̀ síta fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ti rí ẹ jẹ́ kí n wá ká tó máa lọ so kẹlọ́ka at least àti lẹ́nu kankan nìyẹn. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tíìmù àtọ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ back to back keeping an eye on all the news. We're going to do something bí awútàfẹ́ mú yìí. Mo fẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn countries wo ló ń jàjà táwa náà ń jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yàtọ̀ sí Scotland. I'm going to come up with that ní awútàfẹ́ mú yìí so that we can have an idea. Ṣáwa nìkan látẹ̀ ń jà self-determination àwọn wo ló tún ń jà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà we will try and see. So líǹkì Morrison ni mo fi síta yẹn fún èyí tí ẹ bá fi sínú comment section náà lórí Facebook you may comment or to block you out. So you've been restricted for another 50 days ó ti wà ní countdown Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú àwa àti Facebook but whatever it is we are still live on Facebook from another angle. And on that note mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí from anywhere you are watching whether Japan, Malaysia, whether they like it or not. 2 years ago tèmi tẹ́ ń pariwo ogun ń bọ̀ àṣé ètò tẹ́ máa súnmọ́ lé gan òun ni tó ń bọ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ on all the platforms. Mo rí bàbá wa Àwòrò Ṣàṣà ní Benin Republic. We love you so much. Thank you so much. A kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa kí bàbá wa Olóyè Ìgbòho ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ọlábàndó ti gbogbo wa. So tomorrow it might be probably in the afternoon. We'll be out for the afternoon broadcast. And on that note, a lè lọ ká máa play we don see Ìgbòho bàbá tẹ̀ rí Ìgbòho à ń gbọ́n wọn ní gbogbo ìgbà àlàáfíà dẹ̀ ló wà. Thank you so much. Mọ́mí wa kan àwọn ṣe gbọ́ pé màmá Ìgbòho kú ni so àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń gbọ́ ni because they been away and they just got back to Nigeria. Wọ́n ní sí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì níbi tẹ́ lọ ni wọ́n ní kò yá àwọn náà ní wọn àgbàlagbà Ọlọ́run kó dúró ti gbogbo wa but whatever it is Ìgbòho ti ní ká mọ́kàn kúrò pé ó ti wá bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn kò sí nǹkan tá a máa ṣe sí so in tó jẹ́ kí wọ́n bẹ̀rù Ìgbòho òun náà ní ilé. Ashiri Aziz. Thank you so much everyone. So mo kí gbogbo ọ̀rẹ́ nǹkan sí mo kí àwọn tó call náà tó bá wa dá sí mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ pè náà tí ẹ comment gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ra data ẹ fi gbọ́ wa we love you we appreciate you especially ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà Nigeria not easy àwa náà sanwó internet ní bíbá but we pray that things will go in accordance as quickly. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ lọ download the apps tí a sọ yẹn Voice of Yoruba Nation there's a lot there. Àwọn tí ìlànà tí wọ́n náà ń ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa láàrin pé tí ìlànà lélẹ̀ tí ìlànà US lélẹ̀ which is this one ilé tó fẹ́ dùn Ti ìlànà US lélẹ̀. Ṣé yẹ ká show the background yẹn fún yín. Ìlànà US ló ń play. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn. So everywhere tá a bá ti lè máa communicate náà ni. Ẹ jẹ́ n fi wọ̀nyí ká tó máa lọ. 2 weeks ago la launch eléyìí ìlànà US òun lélẹ̀. So we appreciate a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. So ti ìlànà US òun lè ń gbọ́ yìí. Then ti èyí tá launch lánàá ìyẹn lélẹ̀. So ìyẹn lélẹ̀. So we have 2 online, Voice of Yoruba, and we have Yoruba Nation. So you're not to delay.
After the Ilorin people had done that, the Yoruba people were horrified. What is
Mo kí African Confidential. I don't gbasi fún wọn lórí Twitter ní máa tiẹ̀. My very handsome brother. Ó takú sórí Twitter ni. Ó ń bá wọn fà ní back to back. Ẹ já gbọ́ Yoruba Nation Radio díẹ̀ ká tó máa lọ.
how? Unfortunately, they were not well organized. They were not united. They would go excitedly to Ilorin and sometimes without even fighting, they would be driven back by hunger.
So you have 2 apps there. One is called Yoruba Nation Radio and one is called Voice of Yoruba. So Voice of Yoruba yẹn òun tún lélẹ̀. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà ní Dubai, ilẹ̀ tí mo lọ́dọ̀ yín lọ́hùn. So ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká lọ fẹ̀gbẹ́ lélẹ̀. Thank you so much for the time spent wherever you are. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok, ìjọba ìtàló, gbogbo yín. Ìyá mi Fatima, Májàsọ́lá Àdìsá, Ọmọládìkún, Àbólúwa dájú lórí yín o. Tó gbogbo yín ni mo ń pass message. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí MixLR, Akin Games, Comrade Plan B, Aláwọ̀ Bàbá, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sùn ká play anthem wa so that ká lè tún ní appetite àti energy láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́la again. Thank you so much to everyone that contributed financially, prayer, advice. My name is OLAMILEKAN. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká jọra wa lójú o. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Oorun ayọ̀ la máa sùn. Ó dàárọ̀. Aziz, my brother, love you too much. Bye for now. Mr. Peter Pan, good morning. Thank you so much, African Confidential. One love to all our beautiful mothers, sisters, every one of you on all the platforms. We say good night, good morning, good afternoon. Bye for now. KOKORO bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Good hour. Moki IGBOHO, we didn't say you. We love you. We appreciate you. Bye for now. And to all the medias, thank you so much.